that I need to hold on to when conducting a segment like this.
You're a professional.
That Chris Brockman has been pushing for years. Like, you got to do a segment on it, because I'll come back and I'll tell you what I heard, and you're like, you got to do something with this.
It's been over a decade of this, and I'm just like, bro, can we take some of these to the people?
Sure. Sure. So once a year, but I have to hear everything I'm about to say on my annual Rumors Top 5. Everything that I am about to deliver, I've heard from multiple people over the weekend.
I mean, look, Rich, some aspects of journalism and basic 101, you can't just remove. Got a two-source, got a multiple source things.
But when I say that, it makes it sound like these are absolutely the truth. I'm saying this is what I've heard. I'm not saying that what I'm about to say is facts. Okay.
Or will happen.
Or will happen.
Right.
Perfect example. Last year, I said the Vikings' plan A after losing Kirk Cousins, if they do, is Trey Lance. Yada, yada, yada. Way off. But
you heard that from a bunch of people.
I did. So I came here and I said it. Then I came here and I said, well, I heard from a bunch of people when Jerry Jones said the Cowboys are all in. That doesn't mean they're going to be supplementing everything with as much firepower as they can get in free agency in the draft and go all in to win this year. We all found out what he meant by all in was not any sense of all in by anybody on planet Earth except for Jerry Jones.
You ruined my football season with that.
I did also say that the Giants were done with Daniel Jones, and who was the week 1 starter? Daniel Jones. But the minute things kind of went a little bit sideways and south, what happened?
Told the story walking.
Yada, yada, yada. Daniel Jones wound up being plan C for the Vikings.
He was out.
So that's the setup. I'm not saying these are all facts and I'm breaking news. I'm telling you what the chattiest of football Cathys were chatting and chatting and chatting about, to the point where I heard it multiple times.
Give it to me.
At the Combine.
Come on. Feed it to me.
My top 5 rumors I heard at the Combine, presented by Hyundai.
High five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Rich's top 5.
All right, here we go. I need it. I need the music.
I got to write these down.
Rich, you can
I got it written down here.
I know, but I want to do it too.
Rich, you can call this SHIH. Some stuff
I heard at the Combine from multiple people. Remember last year I came here and I said the Cowboys are all in sensibility?
Yes, Rich, I remember.
Remember all that? It's not what you think?
Yeah,
It was great. Well, I'm starting with this one, buddy.
Please not us again, please.
Yes, you.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yes, you.
Hold on, TJ.
On, bro, you couldn't save it to like
Brace
3
yourself.
or 4?
Number 5. The Cowboys are all out on many of their own free agents. So it sounds to me like your team is going to go shopping and be selectively aggressive, as Stephen Jones said.
Whoa.
What I heard is, because they just look it up, they've got a ton of free agents. Yeah. And I heard they're all out on many of them. Osa Odighizuwa is not one of them.
Yeah,
okay. Well, they're going to tag him, or they're going to say they're all in on him.
Yeah, he got about 20.
He's one of their own free agents that I heard there's no question he's going to have a star on the side of his helmet. The only question is how long, and is it franchise tagged and all that stuff.
Okay.
That 3rd round pick out of 2021, who's 54 pressures this year, were second to Micah. But mostly everybody else might need to have their head in a swivel. So it seems like there's going to be some turnover after all. And Jerry didn't speak at the Combine.
Right, which was
see, he's listening.
A little shocking.
Well, I heard all sorts of stuff about that, but not from multiple people, so I'm not saying it here.
Do you think he heard me saying to this guy?
I don't know.
But Florio had some
apparently he's speaking this week when Zach Martin retires.
Right, Wednesday.
So we'll see.
Look, at 7 and 10, we better see a little bit of a change in that roster.
I believe it's coming. Okay. Number 4.
Okay.
I'm back at the trough here for the Vikings plan A at quarterback.
Toilets.
Again, last year I heard it's going to be Trey Lance, plan A. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't. So take this for what you will. The Vikings plan A at quarterback, I heard, at the combine from multiple people
I heard.
is to sign Sam Darnold and for more than 1 year. To make sure that Sam comes back for multiple seasons.
Interesting.
And that's concern over my guy J.J. McCarthy coming off of a knee injury, and they also they love Sam, and I don't know what Sam's plans are. I don't know if he wants Fitty, and if he wants 3 or 4 years at a minimum, and that might make the Vikings say, "There's the free agency door. We're still here," you know. But I heard the Vikings would like to get him back. And for multiple years, and maybe turn my guy into Jordan Love.
Interesting. Did you hear a dollar amount?
No. There's a lot of moving parts, bro.
Yeah.
And they might franchise tag him.
Right, and that's about 41.
Just to remove him off the table. And then
41
start
mil
a
right there.
multiple-year contract from there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
But
kind
they're
of
not just. I don't think they're just going to sit back and just say, "Yeah, that was a great 1 year."
Other than T. Higgins,
That's what I'm
he's
hearing.
the one I'm most curious about franchise tag tomorrow if he gets hit
Number
with that.
3. Now, you heard that the Colts are looking for competition for Anthony Richardson, right? You heard about that?
I did see that.
That whatever went down last year, where he got tired, took himself out of the game, and then they benched him.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Flacco went out there, and the Cleveland Joe Flacco, the comeback player of the year from coming back from his couch, didn't show up. So they're looking for competition for Anthony Richardson. I heard from a handful of people that the Colts' idea of competition for Anthony Richardson is Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, man, Shane Steichen is, as you know,
what are we doing?
What are we doing is maybe running him and throwing him and giving him an offense and an offensive line that he didn't have in New Jersey. And dude, you could do a heck of a lot worse than that wide receiving core and that running game. Daniel Jones in Indianapolis intrigues me, to say the least. That's not a bad idea.
Poor K.
I heard that. Why?
Yeah.
Because he's still young and he can run it and he can throw it, and maybe he can light a fire with Anthony Richardson. That's the competition I think the Colts are envisioning right now.
Okay.
Or at least I heard. Please, everybody. See, I'm beginning to
You're getting hot.
break out in hives
You're
here.
starting to sweat a little bit. It's okay.
Top 5 rumors I heard at the combine.
Wow, Daniel Jones.
Number 2. You know, and Matthew Stafford was supposedly not asking for a trade and then was given free reign to look around, but just to kick tires on things and whatever. And you thought, well, he's just going to go back to the Rams anyway, right? And he did.
He did.
I heard the Giants and Raiders' interest in Matthew Stafford was quite real, and it was hairy at certain junctures last week. And I heard the Giants hit the number, and they hit the number for Stafford, and they not only hit the number for Stafford, I heard this again from multiple people. I heard they hit the number for Stafford, and they hit the trade comp too.
Whoa.
They were in. And I heard the Raiders were way in too on Stafford. And Stafford had a real. The Giants even, they hired his brother-in-law, Chad Hall, on the coaching staff. And so they really made a run.
So Giants hit the trade comp,
They hit it.
hit the number,
I
which
heard they hit it.
was reported 90 to 100 million guaranteed.
Whatever it was.
So-
I don't know what it was. I heard they hit it.
Why didn't the deal get done?
Because I think at the end of the day, the Stafford's like looking at the sun setting over the Pacific Ocean, and it's, well, when it all comes down to it, it is the best spot for him.
To win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Why would he start up from scratch? And I don't want to get too deep into the details with him and the Raiders because I like going to Starbucks. Not looking around. Is the CEO's son around here?
Rudy.
Okay. Number 1.
Dang.
Here's the number 1 rumor I heard, and it was because a lot of people are like, "Are you hearing this? Because I'm hearing this. Are you hearing this? I'm hearing this. Are you really hearing this? Because I believe." Everybody thinks at some point Andrew Berry and the Browns are just going to say, Uncle, Miles, where do you want to go? The number one rumor I heard at the Combine, and this is a wide belief shared by a lot of people, the Browns truly have zero interest in trading for Myles Garrett. 0.0. And we have reached the point.
0.0.
We have reached the point of, if you will mind taking the music down. Remember, I asked him this very question when he appeared at the Super Bowl on our show, Hit It. I know this is a what if question, but what if the Browns say no? We want you to stay. We want you to be part of this thing. We do believe in the plan that we have. We do believe that this plan will work. We do need you to help this plan work, and you do have 2 years left. Like, what if that happens, Miles?
I mean, it's possible. No, they could do that, but no, that's a little bit further down the line. I'm willing to look. I know things have changed, night by night, and I'm sure people are calling and hopefully making some tempting offers, but I'm grateful for my opportunity, and I know that recently no one stuck to one team, seeing Luka, so I'm see what happens.
Well, yada yada yada. Cut to a month later, I think we're there. Where maybe balls, I guess, in his court how much he wants to publicly push it, because right now, I've been told the Browns have told everybody not happening.
Close. Business
I don't know.
closed.
It could be a complete stance because there's a ton of time between now and the draft, but they could easily take it past the draft. And some teams that might, Browns might be willing to take draft compensation in next year's draft because a lot of people think next year's draft is better than this one. And they may take it past the draft. I have no idea the way this is going. As for Garrett, as for Miles, Suze saw him Saturday night in Pauley Pavilion watching Juju Watkins torch UCLA. And when it's crazy, USC beats UCLA for the Big Ten championship. I mean, where's that? I can't believe I'm saying, but he was there He was there on Saturday night here in LA, and I don't know. It's just a big old game of chicken, you could say. But
we saw this last year with Hassan Reddick, and that he didn't get what he wanted.
Oh my gosh! But he did get eventually traded, and then he didn't get what he wanted contractually. As you know, Miles told us this is not about money. This is about an exit visa. And maybe the Browns' plan is, kind of like, for the lack of a better phrase, the Beauty and the Beast plan, which is, hey, we got you. You'll come around. Read a book. I'm sorry. That is genuinely the plot of that movie, which is
sending weird
wild.
messages to kids in like the 80s.
I remember watching that with our young kids for the first time. I'm like, Suze, is this the message we're teaching our kids? But just like, hey, you're captive. You'll come around. Yeah. You'll see I don't know what the plan is. But, right now, that was the conversation I heard at the Combine. Wow. So,
you think we need one more?
Yep.
All right, we'll get one more.
Who could have seen that coming?
I got one more for you. This might, if I'm right, upset some people in my home office. You know how the Steelers are the opponent? The Steelers are going to Dublin?
Oh, yes.
Right?
Oh.
I heard who they're playing.
Oh, what do we got?
From multiple people. Multiple people told me this.
You can share or no?
I am. I'm going to do it.
He's about to.
How would you like to go to Dublin, Ireland, to watch the Steelers host the Green Bay Packers?
Oh, yes. Can we go?
Do you have
that's
anything
the plan.
Can we go there
I don't
as
know.
well?
I don't know if we're doing it.
Are you doing the game though?
I do not know.
Oh, I would love that.
That would be awesome for you.
I have not been told officially a damn thing. So
maybe we shouldn't have said it.
Who wants? I heard that. I'm like, what a genius matchup. Could you imagine? So the Packers go to Brazil one year. They're going to Ireland the next. That's what I'm hearing. Packers and Steelers.
Sold.
So, and it's possible. Hold on, get a photograph up there. Well, what's the number that Jordan Love has up there?
3.
Yeah, it might be the week that's there. They're going to.
Ooh.
So just throwing that one. That one I don't know. These are all rumors and conjecture.
SHIH.
So
some stuff I heard.
That's stuff I heard. And boy, yeah. So we won't know that for 2
Week
months.
3 too. Huh?
I don't
You're
think.
even calling your shot.
Babe Eisen.
And those are some of the top rumors I heard at the combine. Now you can
passports
buy
up to date?
Sorry. Yeah, well,
Passport
I mean,
good? Everybody's passport
I hope they are. They went to Germany last year.
Let me holler at Roku Joe real quick.
Now you can buy a new Hyundai from the comfort of your home at Amazon. Visit HyundaiUSA.com for more details. Why do I just now have a sense of dread with that
great.
sort of thing?
No.
Honestly, I should
the
have
aggregators are coming.
This is my problem. Everybody else in our business just doesn't really care, I don't think.
They don't
Not,
care.
I shouldn't say that.
Well,
not everybody.
Dove and
Many
Ari are
people-
going to aggregate this and ML football.
But I don't want to get aggregated. I don't want to
It's
get
good. It's good. It's going to get out there. It's nice. It's good.
I want a cheeseburger.
What's the
No,
other
I
one?
want a hamburger. I want a
JPA,
hot
all
dog.
those.
This is not. I don't want it.
It's gonna roll.
I don't. So,
Let's go.
So people can say you don't want it, then why are you doing it? And I'm like, because Chris Brockman forced me to do it.
I want
Because even though-
one time a year I get what I want.
Yeah, with your mug, the Chris Brockman show right there.
Hey.
Okay.
You're like Tyrion Lannister. You drink wine and you know things.
That's it. True knowledge.
don't
Tyrion
like-
Eisen.
I just hope I don't.
Can we get that drop, Jay?
just hope I
Get that in the break.
I just hope I didn't just get some sort of professional red wedding.
Get that,
just reminded
get
you.
that
Oh,
drop in the break.
Spoiler alert. All right, we'll take a break. We'll see if I'm still on the air when I come back. Andrew Bogish with a sports update right
Bogish.
now.
Infinity Sports Network. Sports Flash.
Guys, your update is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Listen up, not all beef jerky is the same. Old Trapper is better for you and higher in essential protein than chips, sugar-filled energy bars, or candy. So ask for Old Trapper by name because no other jerky compares. Old Trapper, what's your beef? The legal battle between Florida State, Clemson, and the ACC may end tomorrow. The three parties voting on a settlement that would create a new revenue-sharing model and change the financial penalty for leaving the league in the future. These schools have been fighting for years now for more money or for a way to change conferences. The Bengals have released guard Alex Kappa, opening another $8 million in cap space with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Trey Hendrickson needing to get paid. The Eagles expected to release veteran corner Darius Slay. That'll give Philly $4 million in cap space. The 34-year-old Slay wants to play at least one more season. Texas remains number one in the AP women's college basketball poll, but now followed this week by USC and UConn. This is the Trojans' highest ranking in 39 years, and Braves catcher Sean Murphy to miss 4 to 6 weeks with a cracked rib. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Hey, like us on Facebook. Our handle is INF Sportsnet. That's INF Sportsnet for our Facebook page. This is the Infinity Sports Network.
We crunch the numbers so you don't have to. This is WEEI, 8:50 a.m., Boston, an Odyssey station.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers high-quality supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as access to product specialists who have the knowledge and experience to answer your toughest questions. Plus, their commitment to being your safety partner can help you keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
With spring just around the corner, wouldn't it be great if you could upgrade your space? Well, Macy's is here for you. It's your last chance to catch our President's Day sale with big savings on what you need to refresh your home. Think 20 to 40% off new furniture, like our exclusive Radley sectional, now $21.99. And take 30 to 60% off a new mattress from Hotel Collection, Serta, and more, so you can sleep better. Hurry into Macy's before this weekend is over, because our President's Day sale ends Sunday. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Canva presents the killer of productivity. It was an ordinary workday until...
Oh no, this meeting. It could have been an email.
Run. Canva had a creative solve.
Forget email. I'll just put the info the team needs in a Canva doc, and I'll make it visual with images, charts, and graphics.
Bring productivity killers to justice with creativity. Love your work at canva.com.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Happy Monday.
For real?
Yeah, my Mondays feel a lot better since I found an amazing therapist.
Ugh, jealous. I really need to find a good therapist, but I don't know where to start.
Find and book the right therapist for you on ZocDoc. Look, the patient reviews say that Dr. Taylor is super compassionate, she's in network, and available tomorrow.
What would I do without you?
Probably look for a new job.
You've got options. Download the free ZocDoc app to book today.
The more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let DebtBlue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6895. That's 800-200-6895.
I'm just living sky high right now. I'm very thankful for it. And the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
Insight, info, and trends. And oh yeah, lots of fun along the way. This is WEEI 850 AM, Boston, an Odyssey station.
Back on the Rich Eisen Show, 844-204-RICH, number to dial. I was legitimately at one point, because I wasn't hearing that much in the first 24 to 48 there, saying I'm not going to do the segment this time around. And I thought of you, Chris. You'd be so bummed about it. You know,
I would have been so bummed.
Man.
Give the people what they want, man.
Is that really what they want?
So what year is this? Is this year three doing
I think,
it?
Yeah, I've done it 3 years in a row.
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Okay, you got the drop.
And it's clean.
It is great.
That is awesome.
That's what I do.
That's the new.
Drink and I know things.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
That's the new drop for my. Keep that for 2026.
A bottle of red, and he'll tell you everything you need.
Oh my goodness gracious! By the way, you don't need to do a damn thing to have somebody tell you something at the combine, except fog up a mirror.
Exists. Yeah. Just walk around.
As long as the pulse is
dude. I'm serious.
That would be a fun, back in the old days when Twitter was fun, that'd be a fun Twitter account of like just combine rumors.
Yeah, stuff I heard at the combine.
Yeah, and
You
like,
just
as you're
walk
walking
in,
around, you tweet them out.
And it's usually like a bunch of scouts or a bunch of coaches, a bunch of this, bunch of that. Nonstop. You just, I walk to work every day from the hotel to the stadium. It's all indoors. It's one hallway into another, and massive. It's the convention center. Massive.
Rich, I watched
everybody's everywhere.
A video some guy made about how they made that stadium specifically to handle the combine and the amount of cables and everything and like that place. It should never leave there. It's perfect.
I agree.
It's perfect for it.
I agree. And by the way, I was saying this on Overreaction Monday, the pod, which you can get right now because you were kind of cutting around the edges of my top 5 on a couple of things. I was saying there's not a soul at the combine who wants it moved. Nobody.
I like that.
Not a soul.
Yeah, this video was talking about how they added these cables so they could do like 600 MRIs and, you know, of course, as you know, the catwalks are connected to it's truly
not
amazing.
A soul wants it removed from Indianapolis. Period. End of story. And there's at least one more year there, which is good news. Hour 2, Steve Young comes. Don't let the urge to sing along to that catchy tune distract you from that truck drifting towards your lane or that lane-splitting biker creeping up beside you. Fortunately, every Hyundai offers advanced safety features that can alert you to potential dangers around you. And Hyundai has over 120 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006 because Hyundai is always working to ensure the road doesn't get you. Hyundai vehicles have won over 120 IIHS Top Safety Awards from 2006 to 2024.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
You have a special needs child or an older adult in your home. The risk of them leaving the house unnoticed is real and terrifying. But you can protect your loved ones with Vivint Home Security.
Alarm on.
Our child has autism. He doesn't usually elope, but one day he did, and it was the most terrifying moment of our lives.
If I didn't have a home security system, I would have realized way too late he's gone.
Right now, Vivint is offering a free doorbell camera with any new plan, plus free installation and low monthly monitoring plans. Smart locks, lights, cameras, and more make Vivint Home Security the smartest way to protect your family and prevent a tragedy. Vivint is the #1 smart home service provider in the U.S. Protection is just a phone call away. Call 800-953-6693. That's 800-953-6693. Monthly service agreement required for free installation.
Do you have over $10,000 in credit card debt? The stress from excessive credit card debt can ruin your life. Collection calls, sleepless nights. If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. DebtBlue uses secret programs that most credit card companies won't tell you about. They'll help you consolidate or settle your debts for a fraction of what you owe. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. There's no risk. The more you owe, the more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let DebtBlue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6895. That's 800-200-6895.
I'm just living sky high right now. I'm very thankful for it. And the team at DebtBlue are phenomenal. They're able to work with you. They're great.
Call for your free debt resolution information now. 800-200-6895. 800-200-6895.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
And just like that, gold prices hit yet another all-time highs. Investors, central banks, billionaires from all around the world are flocking to own physical gold and silver. And guess what? Your chance to get off the sidelines and join this bull market is right now. My name is Jeremy Blossom. I'm with Advantage Gold, the #1 customer-rated gold company in America. And we have a free gold investment guide to help you understand what's going on and, more importantly, how to own physical gold and silver. All you need to do is call us at 1-800-900-8000 today, and we'll rush you this guide. It's 1-800-900-8000. Get our free gold investment guide and learn why now is the right time to own physical gold and silver. And if you call now, you could also earn up to $1,000 in free silver. What are you waiting for? Get off the sidelines. Call 1-800-900-8000 today.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
This is The Bet, WEEI, 850 AM, Boston, part of the Bet MGM Network, an Odyssey sports station, and Boston's home for wagertainment. Always live.
Monday afternoon for Grapefruit League Baseball at Ed Smith Stadium, the home of the Baltimore Orioles, as the Red Sox begin a 2-game road swing here in Florida, just north of Fort Myers. Cooper Boardman here with you, Rob Bradford in just a moment. Red Sox and Orioles for the first time this spring. Alex Bregman has made the trip. He walked into Alex Cora's office on Sunday. He said, I want to go with the kids to spring training up in Sarasota. Convinced Alex Cora he bats second today and plays with those kids as the designated hitter. Red Sox will face Charlie Morton today, the old man in the Orioles rotation, one of their main offseason signings, opposite Hunter Dobbins, who makes his second start of the spring. Hunter looked electric first time out against Tampa Bay last week. 2 innings of 1-run ball, but struck out 3 Rays in what was a decent big league lineup for Tampa Bay. Touched 98 miles an hour on his fastball against an Orioles lineup that is, relatively speaking, representative of what their opening day roster will look like in many respects. Cedric Mullins is in there in center. Some of their stars, Adley Rutschman, the catcher, bats second. And of course, we're going to see old friend, biceps included, Tyler O'Neill batting third and playing left. He and Bradfo went back and forth on the bench pressing numbers, so I'm sure we'll get those throughout the broadcast. We'll step aside, and then we'll have lineups and then first pitch as the Red Sox and Orioles continue Grapefruit League action, the 9th game for each in spring training on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Winter weather can be frightful, but Shaws and Star Market's pickup and delivery, delightful. To help with snow days and driving delays, Shaws and Star Market offer free curbside pickup or get delivery. That's right, just order ahead and Shaws and Star Market will have your groceries ready for you curbside, or they can deliver right to your door. These convenient pickup and delivery services are available year-round to help you when you need it most. Download the app now. Shaws and Star Market can save you time and money.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
It's Elliot from Jordan's Furniture. Go to your closet to see if you have a prom dress and bring it to any Jordan store, Antoine's Cleaners, or Enterprise Bank. And that dress will be given to a teen in need. Your closet will be cleaner and your heart will be fuller. And I thank you.
Come visit CCL Homescape Showroom in Abington this year to experience our state-of-the-art kitchen showroom. At CCL Homescapes, our design team listens, understands your family's needs, and stays on the pulse of trends. We work with you to create a beautiful and efficient space that your family will enjoy for years to come. Our showroom is open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday. Go to cclco.com to learn more about how we can create the kitchen of your dreams. cclco.com.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Back in Sarasota, the spring training home of the Baltimore Orioles. Red Sox playing their 9th game of Grapefruit League action, 4-4 over the first 8 for whatever that's worth to you. And the Sox will have the kids here, have Alex Bregman here, Hunter Dobbins on the mound against Baltimore's Charlie Morton. Cooper Boardman here with you alongside Rob Bradford, Joe Braverman leading the way back inside the flagship. And as we get started on another beautiful day for baseball here in Florida, Bradford's got your lineups.
All right, I love giving the lineups. David Hamilton, that shortstop. Alex Bregman, he made the trip. He's at DH today. Marcelo Meyer is playing third base. Christian Campbell's in left field. Connor Wong catching. Don't sleep on Romy Gonzalez at first base. Vaughn Grissom, second base. Trace Thompson in right field. And Nate Eaton is in center field with Hunter Dobbins on the mound for the Red Sox. For the Orioles, Cedric Mullins in center field. Ali Rushman is catching. Old friend Tyler O'Neill, who is on a heater when it comes to opening day home runs and perhaps home runs today. Who knows? He is in left field. Ryan O'Hearn, right field. Ryan Mountcastle at first base. Heston Kjerstad, he's your DH. Ramon Urias at third base. Vimiel Machin in second base. Luis Vasquez at shortstop. And veteran pitcher, you may know him as the guy who pitched so many years with the Atlanta Braves, and now on a one-year deal with the Baltimore Orioles, and that would be Charlie Morton.
41 years young, Charlie Morton.
Yeah, you know, we were talking about Charlie before the game or before we went on the broadcast, and he's been on the podcast a couple times. He's one of the more insightful guys that you'll ever see, and also I think that if you aren't relying on him at the top of the rotation, it's a really, really good pickup. All he does is produce, but still, I mean, I think with this Orioles team, and we are going to talk a lot about this, I would imagine, Coop, and Buster Olney had mentioned it yesterday when he was on with us, kind of curious in terms of the tack that they've taken, especially when it came to replacing Corbin Burns, which was such a huge, huge part of that equation last year.
Charlie Morton has not yet taken the field. He's about to step out of the Orioles dugout on the first base side. Orioles are wearing the home whites today, like they would at Camden Yards, with the Orioles in script across the front that Cal Ripken made famous. The Orioles bird, smiling bird logo on the top as Morton jogs out of the dugout. The first applause of the day at Ed Smith Stadium. A little bit muggy today. We have a very hard life. Skies are blue overhead.
Yeah, it's blue sky and 78 degrees, and you're complaining about it being muggy.
Just giving the facts. Just the facts. They did a wonderful bit on the scoreboard pregame where before they gave the game time temperature, they said the temperature in Baltimore is 29 degrees, and everyone booed. The temperature in Boston is 26 degrees, and everyone booed. And then they said 77 degrees, and the place went nuts. And that is exactly what it is with a light breeze blowing out towards right field. Beautiful ballpark, one of the older ballparks here. But, again, just another perfect Florida day for spring training baseball. And an opportunity for the kids, once again. This is the way that it's gone. Obviously, the major leaguers and the guys that have been in the opening, in the day-to-day starting lineup the last couple of years play at home in Fort Myers. But when you go on the road, you get Marcelo Meyer, you get Christian Campbell. Today, Alex Bregman made the trip with them. It's going to be an opportunity for those couple of guys to see big league caliber pitching, and it's something they've seen a lot of this week between Reynaldo Lopez against Atlanta in Northport, Jack Flaherty and Kenta Maeda at Detroit, and now Morton here today.
Yeah, and when we talk about these guys getting at bats, that's a priority right now. For instance, everyone was wondering, or at least a few people were wondering about Christian Campbell playing left field. Is this going to be the priority? Is second base going to be the priority? And what the priority is, according to Alex Cora, is just getting the guy at bats, because he makes a good point. You have David Hamilton, you have Marcelo Meyer, you have Vaughn Grissom. You have a lot of guys there that are trying to also get at bats. You got to squeeze his in whenever you can, and today that's cleanup playing left field.
Roman Anthony, by the way, was in the original starting lineup for the day. He was scratched, just an illness, nothing crazy, and obviously they're going to be precautionary with him.
Yeah, I felt bad. I was walking in, and he's on the sidewalk waiting for an Uber, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing, selling tickets or something? And no, he was about to throw up. So Roman, if you're listening, I apologize for being so insensitive.
I hope he's sleeping. David Hamilton's in the box, so the first pitch of the day is swung on, popped up behind the plate. Adley Rutschman, their catcher, loses the mask and runs back and settles under it to make the catch for the first out of the afternoon. David Hamilton. So Hamilton, Alex Bregman, Marcelo Meyer, Christian Campbell are the top four in the lineup against Charlie Morton.
Designated hitter number 2, Alex Bregman.
Bregman gets a nice little round of applause. There are a good number of Red Sox fans around. This place is is packed. There are not very many seats open. There's a lot of red kind of dotting throughout the orange here in Sarasota, the spring training home of the Baltimore Orioles. Bregman bats from the right side, and he swings first pitch. He pops it up behind first. Mountcastle goes out, waves everybody away, and makes the grab. 2 pitches, 2 pop-outs for the Red Sox.
Well, one of the things that you'd notice in spring training is that when a team goes to a certain area of Florida, you got to get that fan base to go. And with the Red Sox, I believe this is the only time Red Sox come up here this spring in Sarasota. So that usually lends itself to getting a lot of Red Sox fans. That certainly happens on the east coast of Florida.
All of them watching Marcelo Meyer, third baseman, batting from the left side. And finally somebody took a pitch, a fastball high from Charlie Morton at 95 miles an hour. At 41 years old, Charlie Morton. Out of a slow wind, he comes home, and it's tapped foul, 1-1.
Yeah, the Orioles, obviously, they decided to build their pitching staff with the 1-year deal with Charlie Morton, the short-term deal with Sagano from Japan, who's also 35 years old.
1-1. Meyer grounds it first base side, over the bag and fair. Mountcastle gloves, race to the bag, and Mountcastle won it a step ahead of Meyer. They were on a collision course, but Mountcastle gets there 3 unassisted, and a speedy first inning ends 1-2-3. We go bottom 1. Hunter Dobbins to the mound for the Red Sox when we return on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Your old or broken phone can let you down, but at Verizon, trade in any old phone from our top brands and get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence with a new line on My Plan and iPad and Apple Watch Series 10. After all, you don't want your old phone to die on you when you're lost.
Perfect.
Or for your broken phone to glitch at the worst possible time.
Hey, can I get your number? Oh.
Trade in your old phone for a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, iPad, and Apple Watch. Visit Verizon.com today. Additional terms apply. Service plan required for Apple Watch and iPad.
Hey guys, it's Greg for East Coast Metal Roofing. If you've been thinking about a new roof, don't wait any longer. Proposed tariffs on aluminum could increase the cost of a new metal roof by up to 25% beginning March 12th. Right now, you can save 10% and get 0% financing during the Spring into Savings event at East Coast Metal Roofing. Just mention my name and WEEI when you visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com, but you ought to do it before March 12th when the tariffs kick in. East Coast Metal Roofing, the official roofing partner of the Boston Celtics.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network. This is WEEI.
Hunter Dobbins to the mound in the bottom half of the first inning in Sarasota. Red Sox and Orioles just underway in spring training. And the Red Sox minor league pitcher of the year faces the top of the Baltimore lineup. Cedric Mullins, Adley Rutschman, and Tyler O'Neill in a scoreless game. Left-hand hitting center fielder Cedric Mullins with the outfield deep. First pitch is a fastball in the outside corner to cool 98 from Dobbins on his first pitch.
You like yourself some Hunter Dobbins, right?
Gotta love some Hunter Dobbins. Second pitch, fouled back. 98 again. That's one of the reasons why I like myself some Hunter Dobbins.
Was he cranking 98 in Worcester last year?
No.
Really?
No. I mean, he could touch it, every once in a while, but the way that he's sat velocity-wise in his first couple of spring outings, the live BPs, has been different. 0-2, ground ball right side at the second baseman Grissom. He scoops, he throws to first, and retires Mullins.
What's the deal? He drinks Dr. Pepper before every start or something like that?
Yeah. Pre-game, he bangs an entire Dr. Pepper before he does he throws his bullpen.
Okay.
He said, first of all, he's obsessed with Dr. Pepper. So, that's its whole thing. Like, he has Crocs that have Dr. Pepper logos on them and, T-shirts and stuff.
Does he explain this? Why?
So, Adley Rutschman digs in. Hunter out of the wine comes home. First pitch to Rutschman hitting from the left side is inside for ball one. He says it's this kind of calming mechanism for him, before a game, to drink the Dr. Pepper.
When he was literally getting all hopped up on Dr. Pepper, was that calming for him?
1-0 is on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1.
I guess whatever. He played for the tie, but hey, it's good. First of all, it's good for his brand. He keeps throwing 98. He's going to get a sponsorship deal.
1-1. Drops in a curveball in the outside corner. Goes 1-2.
Rushman is a guy you're just waiting. When are you going to get an extension? There's a few of those guys here. We talked about this yesterday with Buster Olney. When David Rubenstein took over the team as ownership, a new ownership group, everyone was so happy, enthusiastic. They got Corbin Burns, and they're like, here come the extensions for all these young players, and we're still waiting.
1-2, and Adley Rutschman socks it in the air, right field deep towards the wall. Thompson leaps. It's over him, and it's over the wall. Adley Rutschman goes deep, and it's 1-0 Orioles in the first.
Well, people in Baltimore are going to like that because Adley Rutschman had sort of tailed off. They're going the wrong way. Still a really, really good player, but not the superstar player that he was the year before. But, boy, you get that going. I mean, that was a rocket.
It was a weird year for him last year. He hit 250 with a 318 on base, slugged less than 400. Walk rate went way down for a guy that's usually been so great around the zone, but again, as Tyler O'Neill steps in and takes outside, again, there's no team on earth that wouldn't want him on their team for the foreseeable future. And now Tyler O'Neill, still looking huge. 1-0. Swinging, he hits a fly ball down the right field line. Long run out Gonzalez, first baseman down the line. Thompson over, he slides, but couldn't get there in foul ground.
Tyler O'Neill did confirm to me that he's in the best shape of his life. But then again, I said, are you in the best shape of your life? And he said, always. So I guess he's always in the best shape of his life.
He wakes up in the best shape of his life.
And we also got to the bottom of big controversy last year when I interviewed him. I said, well, what's your max bench press? He's like, well, I can't do it here with the Red Sox because they don't have the weights don't go high enough. They only go up to 120, the dumbbells. I said, I feel your pain. I know that problem.
Yeah.
But he couldn't find dumbbells that went up high enough so he could max bench press. And so first thing I asked him today, hey, do they have 140s here? It's like, yes, they do. Orioles, next level thinking. So Tyler O'Neill has landed in a good place.
I do like the idea that in contract negotiations, he's like, hey, but do you have 140s? 1-1. O'Neill takes inside.
What was interesting, seriously, with the contract and him deciding on the Orioles, first of all, he got out ahead of the market, which was really, really good for him. Also, he would not have signed with the Orioles if they weren't going to bring in the fences in left field.
2-1, ground ball left side, bouncing at Meyer. He cuts to his left, third baseman throws to first in time for the second out.
I mean, and he said that. He said the Orioles understood that. They just were not going to get the right-handed bat that they needed, whether it's him or someone else, if they kept that fence out in left field like it was.
Which was one of the most ridiculous things. It looked terrible. It was terrible. They had all these great position players that couldn't take advantage of it.
Well, they went from extremes, right?
Yeah.
It went from it was so easy to hit one out, kind of ridiculous how easy it was, and then it became obscenely hard.
Ryan O'Hearn took strike one. He swings on the second pitch, hits a fly ball to center, should hang up. Nate Eaton ranges to the gap and makes the catch on the jog to end the inning. Adley Rutschman homers off of Hunter Dobbins, and we go to the second. Sox down 1-0 against the Orioles on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
I'm Carl. I'm 68 years old, and I lost 40 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. And looking at pictures, I realized that my color wasn't good. I looked bloated, constantly tired, out of breath. It got to the point where I decided it was time to pick up the phone and call Awaken 180. The combination of the diet and the coaching really pushed me over the top. My self-confidence soared. I'm walking, I'm working out. Instead of 68, I feel like I'm 28. I just had my annual physical, and my doctor looked at my blood pressure and he said, "What did you do? What happened?" And I explained that I'm on the Awaken 180 program. I've never felt so good in my life. And as somebody that sometimes likes to take the shortcut, I didn't have to do that with this program. Awaken 180 is my solution for weight loss.
Paul's solution for weight loss. My solution for weight loss. Teddy J here. Lower blood pressure, increased confidence, feeling years younger. Want the same results? Then do what we did and make your own 180 at Awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Town Fair Tire sells all the name brand tires, and we sell them all at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, because Town Fair Tire also gives you more free services than all the other tire dealers, nobody beats
Town Fair Tire.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Adley Rutschman went deep in the bottom of the first inning for Baltimore. Red Sox coming to bat in the second. Christian Campbell will lead off, followed by Connor Wong and Romy Gonzalez against Charlie Morton. Red Sox down 1-0. And here comes Campbell, still looking for that first hit of the spring. 0 for 11 with 8 strikeouts. Right-hander Charlie Morton from the Wine, the veteran, delivers, and Campbell takes a slider down and away. Are you pressing the panic button yet?
With Christian Campbell?
Yeah.
No, man, come on. I mean, he hasn't put him in a good position to make the team, but that's not what we're talking about.
1-0 is a strike, 1-1.
I think what you're going to find is as we go along, or even maybe in this week, he's probably going to make some adjustments that are going to pay off.
1-1 is a fastball outside, 2 balls and a strike.
I had one scout text me today, just watching him, say, "Listen, his stance is so closed, he's getting beat on fastballs all day long on the inside part."
2-1 from Morton is a fastball that's chopped left side, bounding at Urias. He scoops on the grass and throws out Campbell for the first out of the second.
And really, that had been his problem, Coop, is that, fastballs he was having a real hard time with. And then you see, I think it was yesterday, he kind of cheats on some breaking balls because he was getting beat on fastballs and sort of pounded in the ground.
I thought, too, Alex Cora was asked pregame about Campbell. He's playing left field today. What's the split going to be second base, left field? As Connor Wong digs in, nobody on, 1 out. And he takes another strike. And, Alex Cora was asked about the positions. Where's he going to play? And Alex said, I'm not really concerned about where he's playing. We're going to get him in a couple of different spots. I just need him to get at-bats. And I think that does matter. This is somebody in Campbell that he goes on these white-hot stretches in ways that, very few prospects do. When he locks in, it's like Raffy Devers locking in. 1 is inside 1-1. There are going to be periods where it's not perfect, and we're watching it right now, but they want to get him a volume of at-bats because they think he's going to figure it out.
Well, the point is that there's only so many at-bats, and the other guys who need to play second base as well.
1 ball, 1 strike. Wong checks his swing, but it was a called strike. You went around anyway, 1-2.
We know Vaughn Grissom. We think that he's getting first chance at this whole thing. And we haven't even seen Bregman over there, which I don't, the clock's ticking a little bit, Coop, in terms of seeing Alex Bregman at second.
1-2, fastball upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Devers, we know, is on Wednesday. He's going to be in the lineup for the first time as DH, but still, that's not in the field.
2-2 from Charlie Morton to Connor Wong is high, 3-2.
So I'm not surprised, that he's getting the Christian Campbell's getting the time out there. David Hamilton's another one that needs to get out there as well. Marcelo Meyer needs to play it short.
3-2, tap foul, third base side.
So, it'll be interesting. We're going to look back at February for Christian Campbell, February and early March. We may look back and say, man, isn't that another lesson of us overreacting? And I'm not talking about making the team. I'm just talking about getting on the right track. Because I was talking with Eduardo Perez today.
Swing and a miss, swung down. 5 up, 5 down for Morton.
He's obviously doing the ESPN broadcast, which, by the way, everybody, turn your sound down and turn us up. But, I'm explaining to him about Christian Campbell. And when the words come out, you're like, no, a year ago, he couldn't sniff a 7th inning of a game in Lakeland, as a fill-in here. He was not even the 30th prospect in the Red Sox system.
Romy Gonzalez grounds a first pitch foul.
And so now we're saying, he's like, how did he get here? How do we get in this conversation? I said, he just had an insanely good year at every level he played.
It's also, we saw him at AAA towards the end of the year. I mean, he's 0 for 12 with 8 Ks. I would probably guess that as the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball right side, throw off the bat of Romy Gonzalez. Another knock for him. Made his spring debut a couple of days ago. He's just gotten on base since, on with 2 outs. The other thing is, outside of the early season with Greenville, when he had first changed his approach to getting the ball in the air a little bit more, he didn't struggle. All of last year, he dominated A-ball, he dominated AA, and then he dominated AAA in a short stint. Man off, first 2 down. Now it's Vaughn Grissom. Quick check on first, and Romy just got back, slid to the outside of the bag ahead of Ryan Mountcastle's tag as Morton stepped off quick and ripped it over there in surprise.
I told Romy, I said, you better do something before March 15th because I'm contractually obligated to repurpose a tweet that I had on March 15th, 2024.
Pitch is outside, 1-0.
Says Red Sox hot take, don't sleep on Romy Gonzalez. I told him I would do it again, but I want to have some gusto behind it, Coop.
Romy leads off first here. Maybe he'll steal second for you. 1-0 to Vaughn Grissom.
I'm here to motivate.
Pitch outside, 2-0. Oh, you were right. Romy played in 89 games, a career high last year.
Well, and at that point in camp, there was not a lot of buzz about Romy Gonzalez. I'm not saying, oh, my goodness, I was so ahead.
You were so ahead. You're awesome.
I am really awesome. But
2-0 outside, 3-0.
But I think that, he was one of these guys, and there's other guys like this where people don't know the backstory. And for Romy, he was on the White Sox opening day roster the year before. Not on the roster. He was in the lineup on opening day. And then he hurt his back and had all kinds of injuries.
3-0. Vaughn Grissom swings and pops it up right side. Way up in the air. Ryan Mountcastle's dancing around first. Goes to foul territory. Makes the catch and ends the inning. Red Sox get their first hit. A knock by Romy. Continue Bradfo's spring training knowledge. We go to the bottom half of the second. Sox down 1-0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Hey, Lou Maloney here. Joint pain sucks. It's not the most technical term, I know, but the word fits. Best part is I talked Ortho Laser into using it. Why? Because joint pain sucks the joy out of exercise, the fun out of playing with your kids, the ease out of shoveling the driveway, even simple stuff like getting out of bed or reaching into the cabinet. My advice, ease your pain, heal your pain with Ortho Laser New England. Their FDA-approved robotic laser uses targeted light therapy to stimulate your body's natural healing process. It helps your body heal the joint that gave up days, weeks, or even years ago. Ortho Laser New England is your answer for any joint, new injury, old injury, even arthritis. And here's the best part. Treatments cost hundreds, not thousands. So do what I did for my elbow. Schedule your free consultation at any Massachusetts or New Hampshire location. For your pain-free joint visit, ortholaserne.com. That's ortholaser with a Z, NE.com.
It's here. The prime rib dinner is back at the Nines. 16 ounces of slow roasted USDA choice prime rib served with your choice of 2 sides. Available every Friday after 4 p.m. and all day Saturday and Sunday. You're going to love the Nines.
We're right back to the Sox. You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Folks, suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your Red Sox gear. Bottom of the second inning in Sarasota, Ed Smith Stadium. Red Sox down 1-0 against Baltimore. Sox starter Hunter Dobbins out there for his second. Imagine he'll probably go 3 innings tops. And his first pitch is low to Ryan Mountcastle. Chance for Hunter to see some big-time major leaguers, right? You get to see Mountcastle, Heston Kjerstad. I guess we'll see if he's a major leaguer. Ramon Arias set to hit in the inning. Mountcastle slices it foul off to the right.
So I know that Hunter Dobbins won minor league pitcher of the year for the Red Sox, but I'm more curious about if he's one of Cooper Boardman's dogs.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is inside.
Way to make a list of Coop's dogs.
Look, it's not that Hunter couldn't be one of my dogs. It's just, he was barely at AAA, so I can't put him in the inner circle.
Okay.
2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch is on the outside quarter. 97, 2-2.
If I make a prediction for the 2025 season, by June he's going to be one of your dogs.
I think you're right. It might be like April. 2-2. Outside 3-2. The Woo Sox go to Jacksonville second week of the year. I think by that point, he could be in the dog conversation.
He is, I think, I got to check the media guide, the only redhead on the Red Sox roster right now.
3-2. Swinging a ground ball right back to Hunter Dobbins, who picked it up on a short hop, flips to first, and gets the first out against Ryan Mountcastle in the second.
Is there anything he can't do?
Now I'm racking my redhead brain here. I think you're right.
Joe Braverman, the esteemed producer for Red Sox baseball, comes in and says, Boardman's boardroom.
Ah, that was the name of a long ago fantasy baseball team for me.
Oh, sigh.
Heston Kjerstad, first pitch swing. He laces it the other way for a base hit. 1 hop in front of Christian Campbell. Many are wondering why Heston Kjerstad cannot get a legitimate major league chance.
I've talked to Heston multiple times. Arkansas product. Obviously, he was in the 2020 draft. I believe second pick. But he was sort of been a top 100 prospect for a while, and one of these guys that was lumped in with, look at all the great prospects the Orioles have, but not really getting a legit chance over an extended period of time.
Ramon Urias takes a strike. Second overall in 2020, to your point. He's only played in 52 major league games over the last 2 years, despite the fact that he's stuffed AAA pitching into lockers the last couple of years. No balls and 1 strike to Urias. And right-hand hitter grounds it at third base. Diving stop, Meyer, and then he threw it away to right field. Kjerstad slid into second. He gets up and goes to third. Meyer went down to both knees after making the play, rushed the throw to second. It was the only chance he was going to have to get it out, and just missed the bag entirely. So men on the corners on the air from Marcelo Meyer at third.
Obviously a new position for Marcelo, and that was a very, very unique play. As you said, diving to the line, on his knees, has to make that throw at a kind of a unique angle to second. Probably a throw that he's never made in his life, to be perfectly honest with you, on one knee trying to throw it across that part of the diamond.
There was one moment in the middle of that play where he was on his knee and had his entire body straight into the Red Sox dugout, the way it was facing. First pitch is low to Vimael Machin, left-hand hitting second baseman for Baltimore.
We come back to the Orioles, and Heston Kjerstad is part of that conversation because they have so many of these guys, these young players that have been screaming and yelling about for the last few years, and they finally traded some of them for Corbin Burns to jumpstart the Major League team.
1-0 is outside, 2 balls and no strikes to Machin.
And, I think Milwaukee did pretty well in that trade, certainly, right?
I think they won that trade. You can make an argument, and I know, you can go both ways, right? Because the Orioles don't do what they do last year without Corbin Burns, but 2-0, swinging a high fly ball down the third base line, foul. I mean, they gave up 6 years of Joey Ortiz for 1 year.
Yeah, well, that's how this works. I mean, you knew that you were going to have to give up something for that 1 year. It's the same thing with the Juan Soto deal, with San Diego and the Yankees. You want to go for it, and everyone applauded them. That's what you needed. You finally gave up this plethora of prospects for this one guy.
2-1 foul back.
Wow, that came in hot. Almost back here.
You almost got your very own Vimael Machin foul ball.
Oh, my goodness. I've only caught one foul ball in my life.
Where were you?
Kansas City. It's doing a broadcast with Dave O'Brien. Salvador Perez hit one, kind of like right here, like with the screen off the top of the screen.
2-2 laced foul down the right field line.
Just sort of like hit the top of the screen and boom, right here. Caught it in my hand, and Torey Lovello stepped out of the dugout, looked up, said, "Did you catch that?" And then he actually told me later he went back to the review booth to see if I actually caught it.
And you didn't fumble it?
No, it was stuck to my hand. Wow. Boom. Yeah. I was very proud of myself.
2-2 bounces in. Runners going from first, and Arias takes second.
And then I gave it away to some screaming kid on the plane. Didn't work. Kept screaming. So anyway, I want to go back to the prospects because I'm sort of curious. You think that Milwaukee absolutely, positively won that deal. You're so definitive about that statement. It's kind of weird.
Men on second and third. Infield is in, 1 out. Pitch is up and away for ball 4. And Dobbins has loaded the bases on the walk to Machin.
Can you name the only pitcher in baseball last year in the postseason that pitched as many as 8 innings? That's correct.
And his team was swept.
But point is,
the American
8 innings, 1 run.
Series.
That's the type of guy that you want in the postseason is going to carry you.
I agree.
He did his part.
And that would be a wonderful thing if he was a Baltimore Oriole for the next 5 years. If he had
it's the cost of doing business, my friend.
Bases loaded, 1 out. First pitch swing. Looped off the bat of Vasquez to right. Falls in the glove of Thompson. Tag from third. Throw to the plate. 1 hop, but not in time. Kjerstad slides in on a sac fly from Luis Vasquez. And the Orioles extend their lead 2-0.
So, good for Milwaukee for identifying, a couple good young players. That's fine. That, again, cost of doing business. Now for the Orioles, why won't you do that again? Because you have the guys to do it, unless, and I'm going to use San Diego as the example because Dylan Cease, as everybody thinks, is the best pitcher available maybe in trade market, unless you just think it's going to be way too much.
2 down, men on first and second. And the pitch is swung on, hit high in the air to center field. Nate Eaton got a late start back, still going back, and he makes the catch on the run. Full bore towards the 400-foot sign in center, but he does grab it to finish out the inning. I have a take when we come back. 2-0 Orioles as we go to the third on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Are you all right?
I wanted to get here before the best offers were gone.
You're just in time. Let me show you what we've got. There's the all-new Kicks. The sporty Sentra. Or our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. You must be exhausted.
I think I'm ready for my next adventure.
For the #1 shopping experience among non-luxury car buyers according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now.
Now get a low $249 per month lease for 39 months on Rogue. For JD Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Well-qualified lessees. 2025 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $46.19 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 3/3/25.
Baseball is back and the team is stacked. Money was spent, players were at it, and from what we can see, everything looks perfect. Aha! But what about what we can't see? It's just like your drains and pipes. The ugly, nasty, sometimes stinky truth is often the one you don't see at first. Drains by James is your expert residential and commercial drain and pipelining service. We'll find it, clean it, and get it back to new. Available 24/7. Drains by James. We give a poop about your pipes.
It's Elliot from Jordan's Furniture. Go to your closet to see if you have a prom dress and bring it to any Jordan store, Antoine's Cleaners, or Enterprise Bank. And that dress will be given to a teen in need. Your closet will be cleaner and your heart will be fuller. And I thank you.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Red Sox down 2-0 as we go to the third inning in Sarasota. Trace Thompson, Nate Eaton, and David Hamilton, 8, 9, and 1 in the Red Sox lineup against Tomoyuki Sugano, who right-hander for the Orioles, signed out of Japan after last year. He was the MVP in Japan's Central League last season. 1 year, $13 million deal. He is one of many of the carousel of question marks around this Orioles rotation. Excited to watch him pitch.
Yeah, this could be a great exercise.
First pitch to Trace Thompson is a 93-mile-an-hour strike.
Where we have a professional person in the media saying, I really don't think this guy is going to translate to, because I've seen him stuff on the internet.
Pitch on the outside corner, strike 0-2.
To actually seeing him pitch in person and maybe changing his mind. Maybe not. And what, of course, I'm talking about is Cooper Boardman.
No balls and a couple of strikes. Pitch is low, 1-2. Well, it's, you and I were just having the conversation about where the Orioles are as an organization. And the thing I was going to say is, you were talking about the Corbin Burns trade. They send Joey Ortiz, 6 years of Joey Ortiz for 1 year of Corbin Burns. Is that fair? 1-2, up and in, and the count 2-2. And I guess what I would say is, why not a bigger package for somebody more long-term?
Well, what's long-term? Look, I mean, long-term is, 2 years instead of 1? I mean, that's what you got with Garrett Crochet. That was a pretty big package of players, and that's how it works. It's just if you want that level of pitching, that's what you have to do.
2-2, swinging a blooper in the air towards the second baseman. Easy for Machine. He makes the catch for the first out.
And it's uncomfortable. The Soto thing, I'm sure, is uncomfortable for the Yankees fans right now, even though they went to the World Series, because you have Michael King sitting there in San Diego. But I think that when you're the Orioles and you have so many of these young players, I think it really is just, at some point you gotta be more proactive about it.
Strike 1 and Nate Eaton. And then, by the way, you know, okay, Corbin Burns is one thing, right? They went out and got an ace, and I concede that. 0-1 grounded foul, third base side by Nate Eaton. But, what about the trade for Trevor Rogers to the Marlins? And they gave up Connor Norby and I forget the other part of it.
That was just a miss. I mean, that was...
It's a huge miss.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, but you're going to miss sometimes, You're right. I mean, you have these people... You got the biggest thing...
0-2 outside, 1-2.
It is really an interesting conversation when a team like the Orioles, where you say, oh, my goodness, this team in Norfolk, they could beat a lot of Major League teams. They're so good. And you probably saw that in person.
Yeah, I said it. 1-2 is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Which they may be saying about Worcester this year. But it really is all about identifying the right guys. Identifying the guys that you say, we are going to hold on to him no matter what.
2-2 is outside, 3-2.
And I get plenty of examples of this. For instance, in the Chris Sale trade, they held on to Rafael Devers. They didn't put him as part of the package. That was important. So many teams had asked about Mookie Betts, even when he was an undersized second baseman.
Payoff is outside ball 4, skipped off the glove, and Nate Eaton has himself a 1-out walk in the third.
So it's identifying the right guys in your own system of not to give up. And it's also identifying the right guys who you're going to get. And, in a much smaller way, Coop, Dave Dombrowski was really good about identifying the right guys to give up. Everyone's like, oh, he gutted the farm system. Well, tell me the guys that he gave up that really came back to hurt the Red Sox.
Yeah. Man on, man down. David Hamilton, the top of the lineup with Bregman on deck. First pitch from Sugano to David. Is swung on, grounded right side, through past the eye of the first baseman Mountcastle into right. Eaton's got great speed. He blazed around second and walks into third. Back-to-back base runners for the Red Sox against Sugano in the third.
There you go. Alex Bregman made the trip. Why not? Why not get a big hit here, right?
He's the Red Sox RBI leader on the spring. And one of the things that has been really fun about watching Bregman in these spots is he's going to take his big slug swings, right? He's going to hunt a double early in the count. And then, late in counts, he's going to find a way to put the bat on the wall and hit a sac fly. He's done both of those things early on. Then off first and third, one out, Alex Bregman batting. And the pitch is a fastball right down the middle at 92 from Sugano for strike one.
I mean, even with the guys who are on the Orioles right now, Jackson Holliday, for instance.
No balls, one strike of the pitch. Swing, line drive, foul down the left field line.
He was talked up so much. I mean, this kid was hyped so much. And I think he's going to be a very good player. But is he going to be the superstar player that everyone was saying that he was going to be? I don't know about that.
I have no idea. And when I say I have no idea, I really mean that. I have no idea.
Well, who of the guys of that Norfolk team were you like, wow, that guy is next level?
Heston Kjerstad.
What? Number one?
Just of the guys that were, and Adley and Gunnar were there, but they were there for like a micro.
Yeah, no, I'm not even talking about that.
No balls, two strikes. Runner goes from first pitch down and away, and David Hamilton steals second. He had such a good jump, he could have stolen the bag twice, something he did more than 30 times last year. Red Sox have men on second and third with one out for Bregman. Orioles going to bring the infield in. This is where Bregman can hunt two RBIs now. One ball and two strikes. Two in scoring position, one out. Pitch is a called strike three. Rung him up on a slider. Bregman shakes his head at home plate umpire Chris Siegel. Doesn't Siegel know the drama of the moment?
I know. And by the way, on national television.
Nightmare. Two down.
The narrative with Alex Bregman has just turned. No, I'm just kidding.
But I think Joey Ortiz is one of the answers to your question.
Okay, I mean, that's good insight because, I think that even then Jackson Holliday was there, but he played the same position. That's another part of this equation. You had a lot of duplication, right?
Marcelo Meyer takes a strike. Right. Kjerstad hasn't found a way to be in their outfield. And obviously, Anthony Santander's season last year really took a big chunk out of any potential playing time. 0-1 tap fell off the end of the bat. Meyer goes down 0-2. But it's so interesting. And also, the other thing that when you were as bad as they were, and remember, it was horrific for a long period of time. Your margin to get it right shrinks. No balls, two strikes, the pitch. Meyer takes down and away. Where, if you're going to put your fan base and the people that love the team through what they did in an effort to get the best draft picks possible and get what they've gotten, you better win at the end of it. One ball and a couple of strikes. Pitch is right down the middle for a called strike three. And Sugano gets back-to-back looking Ks to get out of a jam. Red Sox get a single from Hamilton, put two in scoring position, but nothing more. We go to the bottom of the third, down 2-0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
If you're shopping for a new car, the choice is simple. Herb Chambers. We offer legendary customer service, the largest inventory in New England, the lowest prices, and the best value. Find out for yourself today at any one of our convenient Herb Chambers locations.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, Consider McFarland Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlandEnergy.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Network.
Now, back to the game on WEEI.
Red Sox 2025 spring training debut for Adam Ottavino in the bottom of the third inning for the Red Sox, down 2-0 against the Orioles. We had the pleasure of spending a couple innings with Adam yesterday. That was fun.
It was. You know, I ran into him in Starbucks this morning because that's what you do.
Sure.
I mean, Fort Myers is such a small place. You just run into everybody. I was walking. I was going to go to my car, getting ready for the drive to Sarasota, and here comes Adam. I said, "You did such a good job yesterday."
Faces Adley Rutschman, takes inside.
And, you know, you could tell it when he was left yesterday. I told you I think he would have stayed for the whole 9 innings. But he's like, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. And the different perspective. He's like, that's such a unique perspective.
1 ball, no strikes. Ottavino deals, and this is flown down the third base line. Meyer races over into foul territory, puts it away. And Adam Ottavino starts his outing with a flyout against Adley Rutschman.
And one of the things he said, he's like, yeah, you know what? I mean, the pitch clock really makes a difference, right? And there's 2 ways to look at that. Number one, he's probably looking at, he had seen the pitch clock through the player's eyes, obviously. We had kind of got used to it, right? And then, but now he's dropped the broadcasting element of it. And you're right, the stories aren't as long anymore.
Faces Tyler O'Neill, takes outside. I was laughing talking about the sweeper with him. Like, it's kind of like how crazy it was that, you know, and I know he wasn't the inventor of it, but I would argue he was kind of modest about that because he was throwing that pitch 1-0, and it's fouled back again. That's that sweeper. I would argue he was throwing that pitch in a way that nobody else was in baseball at the time. And maybe there are guys that I don't know about, didn't watch on like the Rockies or something that were doing it, but like he was doing something that nobody else in baseball was doing at the time. Nobody on, 1 out. Adam Ottavino versus Tyler O'Neill. 1-1 pitch, way outside. 2 balls and a strike.
That's the thing. He loves talking baseball. He loves talking about the evolution of baseball, but doesn't need to evolve. Like, this is what he is. He knows his bread and butter. It's sort of like Kenley with the cutter. Like Adam Ottavino is a slider guy, sweeper guy.
2-1 is on the outside corner. 91 with the fastball. 2-2. And you told us yesterday that, you know, he had some major league, you know, options out there.
Yeah,
coming into camp.
One team offered him a major league deal, but he liked the familiarity with the Red Sox.
2-2. Called strike 3. Put a fastball in the outside corner and strikes out Tyler O'Neill looking.
You know, and that's exactly the type of hitter, as much as we like Tyler O'Neill, but that's exactly the type of hitter where you bring Adam Ottavino to get out. Right-handed hitter. Hitting that sweeper is not easy.
No.
And you know, in Ottavino, he wasn't on the NLCS roster at the end there, but he had a pretty representative year last year with the Mets.
Ryan O'Hearn takes ball 1. Yeah, had a really good start to the year.
You know, but we talked about this, Coop, man. There's so many of these guys in camp, so many arms, a lot of major league guys on non-roster deals.
1-0, check swing, strike 1.
And I think a big part of this is going to be who is going to accept the assignment to AAA when the rubber meets the road at the end of the month.
Nobody on, 2 down. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Red Sox down 2-0. Pitch is fouled back by Ryan O'Hearn, and it's 1-2.
So you see Ottavino sitting in the low 90s right there, which is fine. I think it's, that's about where he is. As you said, the sweeper's the thing. And by the way, I know that we talked about his number. He was the OG of zeros for pitcher, the first pitcher to wear number 0. Now he's 00. 00 should have been his number all along.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Pitch to O'Hearn. Inside. 2-2.
Because it matches up with the O's in his name. It does. It's aesthetically pleasing.
It is. It is. It is bizarre to look at on the back of his jersey. The 2 zeros, Ottavino right above it. Bright red jersey, Navy 0-0. 2-2 pitch. Swing, golf down the right field line, but foul.
And I love it was going through the progression of him getting number 0 where it started in Little League. And who can't relate to this? Where his dad was the coach. So, hey, listen, you want a number? You want a uniform? My dad's the coach. He's got that kind of power. It all started right there.
2-2 is a called
Ooh,
strike
nice
3. Ran 91 in, froze O'Hearn, and strikes out 2 in a scoreless 1-2-3 inning in his spring debut. Adam Ottavino. We go to the 4th. Red Sox down 2-0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Come visit CCL Homescape Showroom in Abington this year to experience our state-of-the-art kitchen showroom. At CCL Homescapes, our design team listens, understands your family's needs, and stays on the pulse of trends. We work with you to create a beautiful and efficient space that your family will enjoy for years to come. Our showroom is open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday. Go to cclco.com to learn more about how we can create the kitchen of your dreams. cclco.com.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where TurboTax Expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Red Sox trail the Orioles 2-0 in the 4th inning in Sarasota. Christian Campbell's going to lead off against Tomoyuki Sugano. Campbell, Connor Wong, and Romy Gonzalez. Christian walks to the plate again, still looking for that first hit of the spring. 0 for 12 with 8 strikeouts.
Was his stance always that close?
Yeah. First pitch. Swing,
Ooh,
and he hits
there
it
you go.
hard right field. A base hit for
All
Christian
right.
Campbell. Laces the first pitch he saw the other way for the first hit of the spring. Gets some claps from his teammates third base side. Alex Cora's got his hands up clapping. And Christian Campbell is on base after a hit.
Look at it. I think that's Pete Fatsy down there pumping his fist, pointing at him. They know how much it meant to this kid. He's such a nice kid and so well-meaning, works so hard. Obviously, a lot of expectations coming. They know the deal.
Connor Wong swings and misses. Well, you and I were in Northport, what was that, 3 days ago, a lifetime ago. And
no, actually, I wasn't there.
So where were we? We were in Lakeland. I don't know where I am right now. We were in Lakeland.
It's fair. It's very fair.
Yeah, as Sugano
We were in
steps off.
Lakeland. We were in Lakeland.
We were in Lakeland, and there was a moment where we looked down, and not to make anything too big, but Christian Campbell, Alex Cora called Christian Campbell out, sat him down in a folding chair next to him, put his arm around him, and they were having a conversation that was, clearly important. Pitches low, 1-1.
Yeah, it was a great observation by you, and also made me look like an idiot after the game when I said, "Hey, listen, you were sitting down next to Christian Campbell," and he said, "Oh no, we were just talking about where we're going to go to dinner, like E for effort." But it's in all sincerity, like it was good observation by you, and absolutely they were talking about, hey, don't let the pressure get to you.
1-1 grounded foul, 1-2.
Because you know how we can find out the truth of that? We go ask Christian Campbell. Because I get a feeling that kid has never told a lie in his life.
No chance. That's so true. Johnny Appleseed situation. He was, and they're having that conversation. He's been 0 for the last couple of days, but just again, and I said this earlier. 1-2 is tap back foul. Just talking to some of the members of the staff around Christian who are working with him every single day. Everyone believes in him. Christian Campbell believes in himself, and he's somebody that he's so thoughtful, and he cares so much that for him it's sometimes not about holding on tighter. It's about kind of letting go and allowing it to just happen. And I can imagine pitch inside 2-2 that it's been I don't think he's questioning his talents this week, right? Going 0 for 12, but I do think that first hit matters a lot to him because I think it will help him let go, right? It's the process of relaxing and easing into spring, all the while he figures out how to play second base and left field.
There's no question that hit meant something. You could see it in the coaching staff.
1-2 swing, fly ball off the bat of Wong, center field deep. Mullins chase back and he makes the catch. Covered a lot of ground in right center. 380 plus feet, couple steps in front of the wall, and a backhand grab to take a two-base hit away from Wong.
Connor Wong has hit some spring training moonshots, and when the ball leaves his bat, you're like, oh, is that really going to go that far? And it always usually does. He's got so much more pop than you would ever expect. He hit one at JetBlue Park. It was like one of the longest home runs I'd ever seen at that park. He's not a big guy.
Campbell leads off first. Wong retired, one out in the fourth. Romy takes a strike. Snap throw to first, and Campbell slides back ahead of Rutschman's throw.
But you are so right, Coop. Like that hit meant so much to him, just to feel like, okay, now I'm going down the right road. Now all this hard work actually is paying off. And it was just going the other way. Nice line drive to right field.
0-1, and Gonzalez takes low.
It's kind of like when I said Narvaez's name for the first time in a lineup. I'm like, here we go.
Not there, but
no, I did. What did I say? Say his name.
Narvaez.
No, right. So Narvaez. Well, there you go. Now I'm on my way.
Pitch is swung on him. You and Christian Campbell are experiencing the exact same feeling right now.
I swung and missed at Narvaez's name about 50 times right up until you walked me through it. Now I feel better about myself.
Campbell leads off first, one out. We're in the fourth inning. Red Sox down 2-0. Romy has a hit today. Right-hand hitting first baseman. Swings. He hits it hard. Two hops right side. Sliding stop Machine. He spins and throws to first. Gets Gonzalez by a step. It was hit so hard that it forced Machine to make the grab, then kind of knocked him backwards. That took away all opportunity for a double play. They do get the out, and two away with Campbell on second now for Vaughn Grissom.
Hey, avid listener Bill Corley has called you on something.
Please.
Johnny Appleseed. It wasn't Johnny Appleseed lie? Like, isn't it? It's George Washington.
Oh, George Washington.
Where did Johnny Appleseed come from?
Well, George Washington with the apple tree. Swinging at Miss Vaughn Grissom.
It's the cherry tree.
The cherry. Oh, gosh. This is not great.
Keep it going. This is great. Oh, my goodness.
Right. George Washington cut down
6 degrees. 6 degrees of Johnny Appleseed.
Outside 1-1. George Washington cut down a kumquat tree.
Yeah.
And, I got nothing.
Hey, listen. Again, it's spring training for everybody.
Man on second. 1-1. And that's low. 2 balls and a strike. So Johnny Appleseed lied a lot?
No.
He was just a guy? He just gave people apples?
I don't even know what Johnny Appleseed did. He's planted apples. And he had an outlet store for a while.
2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch to Grissom. He swings and hammered it off of his front foot.
The point is that when we ask Christian Campbell a question, he is like George Washington
and the cherry tree.
Yeah, that one has nothing to do with the other. Anyway, Christian Campbell, very honest human being, and good for him for getting a hit in synopsis.
2-2. Swing, ground ball, right at the third baseman.
Nice
Good
play.
backhand pick by Urias. And he throws out Grissom 5-3 to finish out the inning. Christian Campbell, in truth, gets his first hit of the spring. Red Sox down 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Hey guys, it's Courtney, and I've got some great news. There's never been a better time to make the move to Verizon. Get over $500 in value and savings when you have mobile and Fios with Verizon. Plus, the Fios 1 gig plan comes with a 5-year price guarantee. Save up to $300 annually on your Fios internet bill. Plus, for a limited time, get a $200 Verizon gift card when you sign up for a Fios 1 gig plan and use it to pay for your Fios bill. That's like getting 3 months of free Fios home internet. Don't miss out. Stop by your nearest Verizon location for details on this limited time offer and learn how you can get over $500 in value and savings today. Gift card offer and 5-year price guarantee ends 2/19/25. Requires Fios service for 65 days before gift card registration. 1 offer per eligible account. 3 months free based on Fios 1 gig plan rate of $64.99 a month with auto pay and mobile plus home discounts. Price guarantee for new subscribers and applies to current base rates only. Other charges and third-party services and perks excluded. Additional terms apply. See store for details.
Town Fair Tire sells all the name brand tires, and we sell them all at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, because Town Fair Tire also gives you more free services than all the other tire dealers, nobody beats
Town Fair Tire. You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Bottom 4, Orioles leading 2-0 over the Red Sox. Josh Winkowski on for another inning, or his first inning, another inning this spring. And again, important outings for a guy like this. I think he's in the bullpen. He's not really necessarily of those few guys that are, trying to grab those last few spots, but you never really know. And Winkowski will face Ryan Mountcastle, Heston Kjerstad, and Ramon Urias. First pitch from Winkowski is a fastball, 95 on the outside corner for a called strike 1.
Well, we keep talking about forgotten guys. Josh Winkowski is sort of one of those forgotten guys. Obviously, he serves a very, very important purpose when he's going good.
Pitch, swing, and a miss, 0-2.
And they have a lot of arms. And you talk about a long guy or the longish guy. Garrett Whitlock is that probably going to be that guy, that main guy, I think, in Alex Cora's view.
0-2 low, 1-2.
And when I say that, I mean 2 innings and maybe stretch out to even 3.
Do you like that? Do you agree with that? Would you put Whitlock in the multi-inning versus the 1 inning?
No, man. I like him as a closer, honestly. Yeah. I do. And I understand where they're going with that. But I've seen him at his best. And and also it limits the room for sort of ailment.
1-2. Swing, looped, right field, base hit. Ryan Mountcastle off of Josh Winkowski to lead off the 4th inning.
I think a lot of this depends on how it plays out with the other guys at the end of the bullpen. Liam Hendricks, we saw yesterday, he gave up the home run, but his stuff was seemingly pretty good. Aroldis Chapman, Justin Slayton. I just think the upside of Garrett Whitlock when he's healthy is as good as anybody in that bullpen.
I think he's the best pitcher in the bullpen. I really do. That's not a knock on anybody else. That's about Garrett Whitlock and nobody else. Heston Kjerstad takes ball 1.
Well, it's interesting because they've obviously had a very impactful and good offseason, checking off the boxes that they want. Right-handed hitter, Bregman. starter Crochet, some bullpen arms, some guys who throw harder. But the one thing that we were waiting for that never came was that one last end of the bullpen guy.
1-0, inside 2-0.
Even after Aroldis Chapman, even after Bregman, we were thinking, well, all right, they're going to make one more move. And whether that's, the David Robertson, who was still out there, Kyle Finnegan re-signed with the Nationals, but some guy that maybe had some experience in closing games.
2-0 check swing. Did he go? No. Did Heston Kjerstad, 3-0.
And maybe they already have that guy, but he thought that this was because they said they weren't done. And we're like, okay, well, you're not done? Well, I mean, that's something more than Matt Moore. And that's no knock on Matt Moore, but something more than a minor league deal.
3-0 is down the middle for a strike, 3-1 to Kjerstad. You look at the win projections for the Red Sox, and they're somewhat all over the map. There are people, and Buster Olney was one of them. There's some analytical models too, that put the Red Sox around 90+ wins that could win the division. 3-1 is inside for ball 4. And then there are projections that have them, on a much different end of that spectrum. And there are a lot of guys that could really boom for this team. But I do think a lot of the volatility in those projections comes in the bullpen, because you can make the argument that there's depth here, that Whitlock's going to have a big year. Chapman provides velocity. Slayton's obviously outstanding. And that's one side of the argument. The other side of the argument is there are a lot of question marks in the bullpen right now. First pitch to right-hand hitting Ramon Arias. He takes outside from Winkowski.
Well, the problem is that we've seen the upside of a lot of these guys is really high. But also, there hasn't been enough consistency of that upside where you say that's the guy. Whether it's Chapman, whether it's, Hendricks because of the injury, Whitlock because of the injury, Zach Kelly last year, so good in the first half. Happy birthday to Zach Kelly, by the way.
Wow, big day. 1-0 outside, 2-0. I didn't even know that. I would have wished him a happy birthday. Well, I guess I still can.
You just did.
Happy birthday, Zach.
Okay. Man, are you going to be all right?
We're hot today. Fourth inning, Johnny Appleseed.
Also, you had mentioned your fancy. What's your fancy baseball name? Or no, you don't have a fancy football name?
No, well, it used to be the boardroom.
Boardroom, all right.
Yeah. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch swing and a fly ball. Center field hangs up for Nate Eaton, who gets under it in right center, makes the catch. Tag from third. Throw to third. One hop and not in time.
Just a little left. Nice throw, though, by Eaton.
Mountcastle safe at third. That was a very long throw and a very good throw from deep right center from Nate Eaton. Let's take 10 seconds. We could all use 10 seconds. Pause for station ID. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The Eagles play here. Catch BC football, basketball, baseball, and hockey on WEEI AM, Boston, an Odyssey station.
Ed Smith Stadium in Sarasota, Florida, alongside Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman. Men on the corners for the Orioles in the bottom of the fourth, and the runner goes from first pitch, low throw through to second. It gets through Hamilton, goes into center. Slide from Kjerstad went right into Hamilton. Was a little slow to get up. Mountcastle scores from third on the air, and that extends the lead to 3-0 for Baltimore. And you said ooh, and it was ooh indeed. They came together on a pretty hard spring training slide from Kjerstad.
Yeah, Kjerstad went straight in, sort of an abrupt collision. So not a collision, but that's the type of thing where you're like, oh, man, he hope it doesn't wrench a knee or anything, but he's fine. Hamilton's fine.
He holds on Kjerstad at second. Pitch is swung on and missed, 0-2.
By the way, we were talking about acquisitions, and really, I think the last legit starting pitcher out there just signed, agreed to a deal. According to Robert Murray, Jose Quintana signs a 1-year deal with the Milwaukee Brewers.
Wow. 0-2. Swing and a foul off to the left.
1-year deal, though. This is the thing, is that as the market unfolded, it only got worse for these guys. And a perfect example was the guy that was playing today, Tyler O'Neill, who had the exact opposite happen. He did it early on and it paid off with a 3-year deal.
0-2 down and away, 1-2.
Verdugo's still out there looking for a job.
Oh, yeah. Wow, Quintana to the Brewers on a 1 year. He just made them a lot better. I mean, they got Woodruff coming back. That's a really... I mean, they keep making moves. They keep making small moves that matter, and they've done that a lot over the last few years. 1-2. Low, 2-2. They just got a lot better. They really did.
I thought, and a lot of people thought that the Mets might be in play for him because they've had some Manai's not going to be ready for opening day.
Now there's Frankie Montas. Man on second, 1 out, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Josh Winkowski dealing to Vimael Machin. He grounds it up the middle. Another base hit off of Winkowski. Kjerstad gets the wave. He scores. Another couple of runs, and it's 4-0. Red Sox down here in the 4th.
This is the replay presented by Comfort and I-75 Sarasota.
So they get Nestor Cortez. They get Woodruff back. They add Quintana.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good move. It's a veteran guy, and he's not going to blow you away. But it's a solid pickup. And you look at some of these pickups, like the guy who started today, Charlie Morton, 1-year deal. Max Scherzer, 1-year deal. Those are useful moves as long as you don't have to say, hey, this is the guy. Now, the biggest thing is that do those teams have the ace, have those couple guys, which I think is so important. It just is.
Yeah.
And that's what the Red Sox have going for them. And you could make the argument. I heard that actually you did a hit on WEI. They were talking about this after I think you got off, or maybe they brought it up to you about who is perceived as the best 1-2 starters,
we're
right?
talking about,
and you surprisingly said the Red Sox.
Yeah,
Well, you said the Red Sox are in the mix.
In the mix. I think as Luis Vazquez steps in, man on first pitch, swing, fly ball, center field right at Nate Eaton, who makes the catch for the second out.
But they are. But I mean, I think that you can make the case of. And I would go with Crochet, and as good as Bueller look, you still don't know, but Crochet and Houck, right? So Crochet and Houck, you immediately go the Dodgers, where you could, however you want to do it.
Good
Yamamoto,
luck.
Snell.
Yeah, Glasnow.
They've
got like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. But I like, even in the division, pitch is a called strike.
Well, I think I would take the Yankees over the Red Sox.
I think so.
Because there's
right now.
Well, yeah, because there's more certainty. You know what you have. Garrett Cole has proven himself, and Max Fried has proven himself.
No balls and 1 strike. Step off, throw over. But, how about the Rays, right? I mean, McClanahan.
Sure. I mean, this is absolutely. People forget how good McClanahan was. They're going to get some of those pitchers back. And
Pepio, Bradley, Baz. And those are all guys I'd take. You go, if you say McClanahan, Pepio versus Crochet Houck, I think I'd probably take Crochet Houck right now.
Well, you just don't know what version of McClanahan you're
right.
going to get back. So,
but it's a brain twister. I would accept the other argument.
It's a good one, but I think that you really have to look at it as you need those guys. I don't think there's any question. Yeah. You need those guys. For the day, ace is the day before, the day of, and the day after.
Pitch, swinging a high pop-up on the infield. David Hamilton, the shortstop, looks like he's under it near second, and he makes the catch to end the inning. We go to the 5th. Orioles get 2 off of Josh Winkowski. Sox down 4-0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hey, Red Sox Nation, imagine replacing your roof once and never worrying about it again. With Interlock Metal Roofing, you get the last roof you'll ever need. Durable, beautiful, and backed by a lifetime warranty. For over 25 years, homeowners across New England have trusted Interlock to protect their homes. Make the switch today. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com or call 866-733-5811 for a free quote. One roof, one call for life. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids.
KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
It's here. The prime rib dinner is back at the Nines. 16 ounces of slow roasted USDA choice prime rib served with your choice of 2 sides. Available every Friday after 4 p.m. and all day Saturday and Sunday. You're going to love the Nines.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sox trail 4-0 as we hit the 5th inning in Sarasota. The Red Sox are about to face one of the arms that, at least around baseball, we've missed watching pitch for the last year. Felix Bautista, big right-hander. His nickname is The Mountain, and that feels right. Big right-hander standing tall on the mound at Ed Smith Stadium. Will face 8, 9, and 1 in the Red Sox lineup, led by Trace Thompson. Right versus right. And the first pitch from Bautista looks pretty Felix Bautista-like. 96 miles an hour for a called strike 1.
This guy is going to be one of the more interesting / important guys in the American League East, I think.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
The Orioles really tried to fill that gap when he went down in Tommy John with Craig Kimbrell, and I was a little surprised that they decided to put so much stock in Kimbrell. And obviously it didn't really work out for them, but they get a good Batista. It changes a lot of things, keeps him up with the Yankees for maybe the best bullpen, end of the bullpen in the American League East.
0-2 down and away. Yenier Cano in the 8th, Bautista in the 9th. Was an unbelievable formula for them 2 years ago when the Orioles won the division in 2023. And Bautista had one of the great relief seasons ever. 1 ball and a couple of strikes. Pitch to Thompson is outside at 96, 2-2.
It's interesting that the Orioles were supposedly on the verge of acquiring Jeff Hoffman, who they did not pass his physical for, but he's obviously one of the elite end-of-game relievers, an all-star from the Phillies.
2-2 inside, 3-2.
Goes to the Blue Jays.
I think, too, bullpen-wise for the Orioles, people have talked about their resurgence, about all the kids that, they drafted and have developed. They've done a great job with that, and that's the reason why they've been as good as they have these last few years. 3-2. And he foul tips it into the mid as Thompson strikes out at 96 from Bautista, 1 down in the 5th. An underrated part is they've done a really good job in their pitching development. They've developed really good bullpen arms. Nobody on earth had heard of Yenier Cano. Felix Bautista has pitched 2 years in the big leagues, and he's one of the best closers in the game when healthy.
And you look at him, you can understand why you see potential just because of his size.
First pitch low on the dirt to Nate Eaton for ball 1.
One of the stupidest things I ever did was when he was started to get going, I'm like, oh, this guy deserves a Baseballs and Boring t-shirt. But I hadn't seen him. So I'm like, oh, okay, what size is he? All right, maybe like a medium large or something like that. So I brought one of those. I can't remember what it was. And he comes out, I'm like, oh, here's one for your interpreter. Because this isn't going to fit you. But he still held it up. Seems like a nice guy. Also, great entrance music.
Pitch was a strike, 1-1 now, and it swung on, popped up right side, foul ground, out of play.
I love some good entrance music talk. Felix Bautista, his is a little bit more subtle than Timmy Trumpet's, and it's just the whistling from The Wire. Obviously, The Wire, a Baltimore-centric show. Just he comes in, just turn down the lights, Omar starts whistling.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Wow. That's the splitter. That was the splitter that absolutely destroyed Major League Baseball 2 years ago as Nate Eaton strikes out 2 Ks for Bautista against the Red Sox. And now David Hamilton. Left-hand hitter, shortstop for the Red Sox, singled back in the third, then stole second. First pitch to David. He swings and fouls it back. Hunting 96 up top.
I just look at the bullpens in the American League East, and we talked about the Red Sox, of a little bit about uncertainty, but anytime anyone's to say to devalue the Yankees, I say, well, Devin Williams and Luke Weaver.
The 0-1. Fouled away.
You have Garrett Cole, Max Fried at the top.
Carlos
Rodon.
Luis Seal when healthy.
Which Carlos Rodon came up with my conversation with Garrett Crochet yesterday. In terms of Carlos Rodon impacted Garrett Crochet's view of a contract extension.
0-2 grounded the other way. At the third baseman, Arias throws out Hamilton by a step to end the inning.
Which is a great tease for the next half.
Garrett Crochet on his contract extension potential when we come back. Bottom of the fifth we go. 4-0 Red Sox down against the Orioles and the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
If you're a heating, cooling, or oil burner technician looking for a much better opportunity, it's time to talk to my guy, Scott McFarland at McFarland Energy. Up to $2,400 in safety bonuses every year. See McFarlandEnergy.com/careers.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Come visit CCL Homescape Showroom in Abington this year to experience our state-of-the-art kitchen showroom. At CCL Homescapes, our design team listens, understands your family's needs, and stays on the pulse of trends. We work with you to create a beautiful and efficient space that your family will enjoy for years to come. Our showroom is open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday. Go to cclco.com to learn more about how we can create the kitchen of your dreams. cclco.com.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network. This is WEEI.
Folks, here's your chance to make a donation for an exclusive Red Sox Foundation charity bag and a ticket for the game on April 5th. Learn more at redsox.com/charitybags. Fifth inning, Red Sox down 4-0. Josh Winkowski still on the mound for his second inning. Facing 2, 3, and 4, Adley Rutschman, Tyler O'Neill, and Ryan O'Hearn for Baltimore. Felix Bautista just got a very nice round of applause as he walked off. First pitch inside to Adley. First outing back from Tommy John surgery. This is a fan base that will welcome him back. They need him back. 1-0 from Winkowski, winds and fires, pitch down 2-0. So you were just talking about your conversation with Garrett Crochet, the contract extension, how Carlos Rodon impacted the way that he saw himself.
Yeah, so Baseball is a Boring podcast that dropped this morning, conversation with Garrett Crochet, and we got into sort of like his contract extension approach.
2-0, ooh, just off.
Which, if you remember what happened last year, was that he told the White Sox that any team that he was traded to, he would not pitch in the postseason unless he got a contract extension. So a lot of people got all upset over that.
3 balls, no strikes. Winkowski. This is inside for ball 4 to Rutschman.
But his overall point was, well, I had gone through all these years of injuring myself in the bullpen, and now I finally locked into a routine as a starter. It's going really well. If I get traded to a team, they might put me in a postseason and put me out in the bullpen, and who knows what's going to happen. And then all of a sudden, boom, all this good health that I've had and production is out the window for a team that just traded for me.
Tyler O'Neill takes outside.
So, in what he said one of the things that he remembered or was using it as an example was Carlos Rodon. He came off of Tommy John surgery, was put back in the season 2020 sort of haphazardly, pitches in the postseason. Next thing, he's non-tendered.
1-0 swing. This is hammered on a line to left field by Tyler O'Neill. See that a lot. A single for O'Neill. Back-to-back base runners to begin the inning for Baltimore.
Fielder number 32, Ryan O'Hearn.
Pinch run for Tyler O'Neill, too. But it makes a lot of sense, from that end, right? I mean, Garrett Crochet has fought to be healthy for so much of his career. Finally gets to a place where he can, pitch without concern. Also, these guys know their body, right? He knows that it's important, how to take care of it and the spot that he's in. First pitch from Winkowski is grounded foul. And so I understand the argument that he feels like he's healthier as a starting pitcher. And obviously if he gets traded, who knows where he goes, who knows what somebody would have done.
Well, yeah, I mean, he had settled into the routine, and as he said, I mean, he's just trying to protect himself, and he wasn't going to do it for a team that he had no idea where he was going to go. He also wanted to go to a team that he wanted to maybe sign an extension with.
Pitch inside 1-1.
And subtly, this is like the Easter egg in his comments, but he said, fortunately, I go to the Red Sox, a team what I can see I want to finish my career with.
As everyone's ears perk up on that. Men on first and second, nobody out. Josh Winkowski deals, swing, fly ball, sinking fast center field. Eaton comes on. He deked out the runner. It bounces down, tries to throw to third for the force. It gets away and bounced off the facing of the dugout. Rutschman went down the line at third, now walks back. So just a single. Nice play by Eaton to make sure that a run didn't end up scoring, but the bases are loaded. First they reach against Winkowski in the fifth.
Well, one of the good things about, obviously everyone's turning their TV down and listening to us. One of the good things
41 at
ESPN has access to these players today, Alex Cora, Alex Bregman. And one of the things that Alex Bregman evidently talked about was how the young players absolutely helped draw him to Boston.
Cello and Roman were giving me a hard time, asking if I even had any gray pants in my locker. So I told him I'd hop on the bus and make the trip with him here.
Turns out he did. Looks good at him too. Alex Bregman, again, he walked into Alex Cora's office on Sunday and said, I want to go to Sarasota. Had to convince Cora, but
that's broken first here in the Red Sox broadcast by Buster Olney. People love that. Oh, boy, do they love that.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Pitch swinging a fly ball off the bat of Mountcastle to right. This will get a run in. Trace Thompson to the corner makes the catch. Gets it in. Rutschman tags from third and scores. And the Red Sox trail 6-0 here at the bottom of the fifth inning.
Bregman did get here, and he's like, where is the batting cage? And I told him as he walked by, I think you walked through the outfield. I hope I didn't point him in the wrong direction. But that also confirmed that he usually doesn't make this trip over from when he was with the Houston Astros. That's obviously across the state. This isn't near. I don't think it's nearly as well. It's probably what from East Coast. I'm going to say it's probably about 2.5, 3. Here it was hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes.
Heston Kjerstad batting. Game is 5-0. Orioles on top. Men on the corners with one out. Josh Winkowski on the mound. You imagine he's probably at the end of his rope here. Red Sox have a right-hander warming down the left field line.
Ryan.
(1-0). Kjerstad takes low. 2-0.
We talked about the excess relievers or amount of relievers the Red Sox have, and that's what happened last year when they traded John Schreiber. Right around this time, nobody saw that coming, and that was a tough one. I mean, you talk about uncomfortable trades because Schreiber is absolutely a part of the solution for a winning team.
2-0. Swing, grounded foul, first base side.
And you're trading him for a single-A pitcher. So it was a pretty big leap of faith, and I think subtly also told you where Craig Breslow saw the team at that point.
and saw his ability to maybe get the best out of the guys they already had. Greg Weiser took a step. He had been, added before the in the offseason before spring training started. 2-1 is a strike, 2-2, so he kind of ended up filling that Schreiber void a little bit. But Schreiber had a great year for the Royals. Pitched high leverage.
He did, yeah. And it was a good. I mean, ultimately, it was probably a good deal for both teams. I mean, we don't know. It's almost too early to say that. We know it was a good deal for the Royals because Schreiber gave them exactly what they needed.
2-2 grounded foul.
And we see the videos of David Sandlin throwing 100 miles an hour. We get excited, but we still got to see him pitch, in the major leagues and see how that works out.
And again, the Red Sox bullpen continues to be so interesting, to me. Where again, you can talk about the high end of it and say you got big names. You got Hendrickson, Chapman, and Whitlock. And Slayton had a great year last year, and Weissert figured it out. But Josh Winkowski included, the man on the mound right now. There are questions. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the corners. The pitch, swing, ground ball, right-sided. Grissom, can he turn it to second? 1. Hamilton to first. Double play. 4-6-3. Vaughn Grissom makes the turn.
He's got a good arm. He's got a really good arm. That's one sneaky thing about Vaughn Grissom. He's got a shortstop's arm.
Second base competition is hot. We go to the 6th. Red Sox down 5-0 against Baltimore. The Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you decide to sell your home, don't settle for a good agent. Go for a great one. Go for a Weichert agent. A Weichert agent looks at you as a partner, not a transaction, and will work day and night to get you the results you're looking for. And your Weichert agent is backed by the Weichert brand. With over 50 years of experience, Weichert agents have guided thousands of buyers and sellers through every facet of home ownership. Don't settle for good. Go for great. Work with a Weichert agent. Each Weichert franchised office is independently owned and operated.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Your old or broken phone can let you down. But at Verizon, trade in any old phone from our top brands and get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence with a new line on My Plan and iPad and Apple Watch Series 10. After all, you don't want your old phone to die on you when you're lost.
Perfect.
Or for your broken phone to glitch at the worst possible time.
Hey, can I get your number? Oh.
Trade in your old phone for a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, iPad, and Apple Watch. Visit Verizon.com today. Additional terms apply. Service plan required for Apple Watch and iPad.
It's Elliot from Jordan's Furniture. Go to your closet to see if you have a prom dress and bring it to any Jordan store, Antoine's Cleaners, or Enterprise Bank. And that dress will be given to a teen in need. Your closet will be cleaner and your heart will be fuller. And I thank you.
The Christian Arcand Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Alex Bregman leads off in the 6th inning for the Red Sox. 5-0. They trail against the Orioles today in Sarasota. Baltimore goes to the bullpen. Right-hander Matt Bowman versus Bregman, Marcelo Meyer, and Christian Campbell. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup today. First pitch to Bregman is inside. Nearly hit him. Josh Winkowski gave up 3 runs over the last couple of innings. Hunter Dobbins gave up 1. 5-0 is the score. Red Sox have just 3 hits today. 1-0 half swung on, and it ends up going up the first base line accidentally. Fair easy pickup for the new Oriole first baseman who picks it up, steps on the bag, and retires Bregman. So frustrating.
Oh, so
I want to watch him swing the bat.
It's also, you go all this way, you just want to get the cuts. I mean, that's almost like he's thinking, as much as I enjoyed riding up here and mentoring these kids, really?
That was Kobe Mayo, who's taken over at first base for Baltimore. He's another one. You ask who stood out from Norfolk in the last couple of years? Kobe Mayo stands out. Left hand hitting Marcelo Meyer. He takes first pitch strike, kind of jarred out of the way of a pitch that was coming in on him. Grabbed the inside corner, 0-1.
I guarantee in a few years after he's finished playing, this guy on the mound, Matt Bowman, will be in the front office.
Yeah. 0-1 is outside, 1-1. He's been a million places.
Yeah, he's a very thoughtful guy. He's the only guy I began my conversation with. How did you pick Princeton over Harvard? I mean, I'm sorry, the only baseball player that I've already asked that question to.
1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. Got some kind of similar question to Alex Bregman's wife, Reagan.
Well, yes. I mean, congratulations to her. That's great. But, with Bowman, as you said, he's bounced around a lot. I know that he was with the Yankees when I talked to him a couple years ago, but I think that he's another guy. It seems like he's dropped down. A lot of guys just dropped down.
1-2, swing and a foul tip into the mitt. Marcelo couldn't catch up, 2 down.
And it's that idea that, hey, listen, before you give up or before you get too frustrated, just try another arm slot. We saw it with Robert Stock. Robert Stock is dropped way down, and we talked the other day about how effective he has been since doing that. As long as he doesn't hurt your arm.
Christian Campbell takes inside.
See if Christian Campbell can keep that momentum going.
First hit of spring training 2 innings ago. Laced the single to right against Tomoyuki Sugano. Now he faces Bowman. 1-0 is inside. Nearly hit him. Campbell went down on his back. Helmet popped off his head as he avoided narrowly a fastball at his front shoulder. Well, he's got, it's the same thing that was talked about with Giancarlo Stanton for a long time. When you have that closed stance and you dive into the baseball. Remember, Stanton got hit in the face. That's why he wears that protective guard on his jawline. And for a long time, that was a huge mental hurdle for him to clear.
And speaking of Stanton, I mean, you talk about the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big hit for them.
Dual tennis elbow. I've never heard of that in my life in baseball. 2-0. That's a slider across the zone for a strike, 2-1.
Well, there you go. You tell that guy's from Princeton, Matt Bowman. He comes in that tight. What's he going to come back with? Of course, a slider on the outside corner.
Knock me down. There you go. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is a slider across the zone, same spot, 2-2. Campbell kind of looked a little stunned.
Yeah, he bailing out just a little bit. That big sweeper coming in, sidearm. Sort of 3/4, if anything.
Nobody on, 2 down, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Bowman delivers, and Christian Campbell takes high. Fastball upstairs. He's gone full. Still waiting for Christian to swing the bat here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. Campbell checked his swing. No, he didn't. Went around on a fastball inside. Strikes out again, and the inning is over. To the bottom of the 6th, Red Sox down 5-0 in the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Just like our hometown legends of the diamond, Herb Chambers has been hitting it out of the park for decades with legendary customer service. With over 35 brands and so many locations, Herb Chambers offers the largest inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. You can always count on getting the lowest prices and best value. And at Herb Chambers, you always get more for your trade. Come see for yourself and experience our legendary customer service today. Herb Chambers. We don't sell cars, we help people buy them.
If you're a heating, cooling, or oil burner technician looking for a much better opportunity, it's time to talk to my guy, Scott McFarlane at McFarlane Energy. Up to $2,400 in safety bonuses every year. See McFarlaneEnergy.com/careers.
Hey everybody, it's Andy Hart here with Matt and Catherine. They made the decision to lose weight and improve their life together, both dropping 33 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss.
She came home so excited one day and said, I heard about Awaken 180. I'm so excited. You have to try it with me. It's not medication. It's not a shot. It's food. You're going to make meals. And I think that was one of the biggest selling points.
What makes Awaken 180 different is the maintenance program. Just to know that you get that support gives me the confidence to keep going. I think it's important for people to know how much more fun it is to do it with a partner. Just to have the support system, it's so much more helpful.
It's going to change your life.
Thanks, guys. Like any goal, accomplishing it with someone sharing the same goal makes it twice as easy and twice as rewarding. Grab a coworker, friend, or spouse and make your 180 with the solution for weight loss online at awaken180weightloss.com.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network.
Now, back to the game on WEEI.
Bottom 6, Red Sox down 5-0 against Baltimore on the road at Smith Stadium in Sarasota. We're in Sarasota today, Bradenton tomorrow. Continuing our tour across Florida.
Yeah, we're going to miss Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens pitches on Thursday, which I think I'm going to be able to get to because we play in Dunedin earlier that day. Right?
I might be joining you.
Okay.
Who is the... Oh, don't sound so excited about that.
I didn't invite you, but go ahead.
Ramon Arias batting. Sean Newcomb pitching. First pitch, fly ball center field. Philip Sykes is the brand new Red Sox center fielder. He puts it away for the first out. Paul Skeens to you. So you saw Paul Skeens on the paper. You said, I got to be here on Thursday. He's must see, right? How many guys in baseball would you do that for?
Great. That is a great question.
Thank you.
Man, you as this game has gone along, you've gotten better.
We started
and better.
at Johnny Appleseed. I still have no idea who that person is. And now we're here. We hit our stride in the 6th. Pitches outside.
When it counts the most, by the way, because the players start losing their names in the back of their jerseys. That's a great question. Who would Ohtani.
Yep. 1-0 is low, 2-0.
I mean, any of those guys, really, because some of it's curiosity, Yamamoto's or Sasaki's, you want to see them. But, wow, that's a good question.
I'll let you think. 2-0 is outside. Red Sox defensive changes. Nathan Hickey's at first. Vaughn Grissom does stay at second, so he's going to play the extra inning there defensively. Nick Sogard's at short, and Abraham Toro takes over at third.
None of them are really jumping to mind because Skeens is so unique.
Pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 3-1.
And there is an element of that we don't get a chance to see him a whole bunch, right? I mean, if he was pitching the American League, maybe, that's something. Like, for instance, I would like to see Devin Williams pitch because I haven't seen him pitch a whole lot in person.
Pitch inside ball 4.
Face reliever.
Newcomb walks Vimael Machine.
But there isn't this. Skeens is perceived as a once-in-a-generation pitcher, and I know that's maybe putting cart way before the horse, but I'm sorry, that's just how it is. And I had a conversation with Ben Sherrington, obviously the Pirates GM, and they knew that. They knew that when they drafted, but what's interesting, Coop, is that as that year unfolded, leading up to the draft, so in other words, February, March, April, May, when they were at February and March, they weren't going to draft Paul Skeens.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
They were not, because that's always a riskier thing to do, right? With a pitcher over the Dylan Cruz he was the number 2 overall pick.
1-0, runner goes, pitch inside. Machine, the throw to second is off the glove of Grissom. Just couldn't hold on. It was a good throw. And Grissom ended up kind of banging into Machine as he went after the ball. Stolen base, man on second, 1 out. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Imagine if they hadn't.
Well, I mean, they and that's one of the conversations I had with Ben was, you've had these high draft picks. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure put on because they kind of didn't nail the 2021 Henry Davis first overall pick. That hasn't really worked out for them.
No. 1-1 strike, 1-2.
And it's interesting because you go back to that draft class in 2021, which is also Marcelo Myers. He was a 4th overall pick. You say, well, who was the guy? Who was the guy who would be the first? If you wanted to reorder that draft, who would be the guy?
Newcomb just struck out Luis Vasquez, 2 down.
And I know that you're looking it up right now. Off the top of my head, you tell me if I'm wrong. I'm going to go with Jackson Merrill.
Yeah. And he's the only one.
And what was he? He was 21.
27.
27.
Right,
high school shortstop who obviously is now playing outfield for San Diego.
I had to look at because it's like in 2020 draft you could do it, and in 2021 nobody came to mind. First pitch strike, by the way, to Dylan Carlson, who pinch hits for Cedric Mullins, is one of their offseason acquisitions. Nobody came to mind when you said 2021 draft in the first round. Swing and a miss, and the count goes to 0-2. That's a really interesting draft. I mean, Jack Leiter, still time, but
Jackson Jobe,
going to be great.
Colton Cowser,
yep.
Jordan Lawler had some major league time.
Yep.
Matt McClain's a good player. He was hurt last year.
No balls, 2 strikes, man on second, 2 down. Sean Newcomb deals and gets a line drive right at Nick Sogard at shortstop. What can he do? Down on 1 knee to make the catch and end the inning. We go to the 7th. Red Sox down 5-0 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel?
Cool. Good to go to the opera? Good to sit ringside at a boxing match? Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund, so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Hey guys, it's Greg for East Coast Metal Roofing. If you've been thinking about a new roof, don't wait any longer. Proposed tariffs on aluminum could increase the cost of a new metal roof by up to 25% beginning March 12th. Right now, you can save 10% and get 0% financing during the Spring into Savings event at East Coast Metal Roofing. Just mention my name and WEEI when you visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com, but you ought to do it before March 12th when the tariffs kick in. East Coast Metal Roofing, the official roofing partner of the Boston Celtics.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Folks, August and September Red Sox games go on sale March 6th at 10 a.m. Don't miss matchup against the Yankees, Astros, and more. Secure your seats at redsox.com/tickets. Red Sox down 5-0 against the Orioles. Blake Sabol takes his first at-bats of the day. All the changes for the Red Sox in the late innings on the road in Sarasota. Left-hand hitting Sabol takes the first pitch fastball high from the new right-hander.
You were in there working your sources, talking to players, getting the information. Blake Sables was one of the guys that you talked to, right?
I really so Blake, as he grounds a foul the other way. I've known Blake a long time. Worked in the Cape League 7-8 years ago now, and he was on that team. He was a really good hitting outfielder at the time, occasional catcher, occasional first baseman at a USC. 1-1 is low, 2-1. And I was talking to him pregame about growing up an Angels fan. He's from L.A. area, Anaheim area. Would grow up, going to the Big A really, really often. 2 balls and a strike pitch inside 3-1, like the Jared Weaver Angels. And he said, growing up, the Angels always had really good teams. They get to the playoffs, and you feel really good. And then they'd play the Red Sox, and they would get absolutely terrorized by the Red Sox. 3-1 line, hard foul down the right field side by Jason Varitek. And now, every single day, Blake Sabol works with one guy in particular. Yeah. That's Jason Varitek.
07, that series, I'll never forget. You had, remember in Anaheim, they went back there. Kurt Schilling was throwing about 85 with a busted arm and still managed to weave his way past Weaver. I think Weaver was the pitcher at that time. But yeah, I mean, whether it was that year or earlier, the K-Rod year, Manny going deep off him.
Blake was talking about that. Like, K-Rod in his life had never been hurt by anyone at a big moment, and until that swing. Sable worked to walk to begin the inning. Roansy Contreras is the pitcher. He deals down and into Nick Sogard.
So he grew up near Angel Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And, but he was talking about just how crazy cool it is to be working with Jason Varitek. You grow up, you watch this guy, you watch him as a captain and a leader, and Blake has that kind of demeanor. 1-0, swinging a high pop-up off the bat of Sogard, shallow left field, shortstop's going out, Vasquez still out, way out there, called off last second by Vavra, who makes the catch lunging to his left for the first out of the 7th inning.
Let me tell you my favorite growing up near Angel Stadium story. Joe Kelly, of course, because it all comes back to him. I'm contractually obligated to mention him. He grew up near Angel Stadium. And so when he was drafted, on the day of the draft, I think it was a 2009 draft, day of the draft was also his 21st birthday. So there's a chain restaurant called OG's. You ever heard of OG's?
Never.
OG's Pizza? Well, Blake Seibel would know who it is.
Von Grissom
Maybe
fouls
it was there. I don't know. But they decided to do this dual draft party 21st birthday party.
Oh, boy.
All right, yeah. Unfortunately, the 21st birthday party had kicked in to gear before the draft. So the second round comes around.
I'm sorry, the second round?
Yeah.
0-2.
The second
Right,
round of the draft.
That's not really, like, kicked in implies that maybe he was waiting a long time. You know, the 21st birthday. It's not like he was waiting that long.
No.
Okay.
No. No. They started the 21st birthday far before the draft.
I see.
But it was all at the same place. It was a dual thing. It seemed like a good idea at the time, as the story did.
0-2 fouled off to the right. No, it gets better.
No, so the second round comes around. The Angels, 5 minutes from where he grew up, calls and says, well, what do we got here? Okay, the umpire going out, just giving the ball, just talking a little bit, the pitcher. But so the second round comes around. The Angels, who are the hometown team, calls and said, hey, how much would it cost to sign you? And as we said, the 21st birthday had kicked in, and he said like $1 billion or something, and then hung up the phone. So they didn't draft him. They draft Patrick Corbin instead. Joe goes to St. Louis in the third round, and we figured it out. It probably cost him about $150,000.
Oh, my gosh.
And the great thing about Joe, he told me that story when he was playing with the Red Sox. And so I'm like, hey, can I write that story? He's like, yeah, and I want the headline to be Blame It on the Jägermeister.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Von Grissom batting. He swings and misses. He took a home run hack and was late to 97. He fell down after. And there are 2 away in the 7th inning for Contreras.
Yeah, that was an awkward swing right there.
That's an insane story.
It's true. I mean, it's you can read more about it in a damn near perfect game, but it's it's a good lesson. Don't have your 21st birthday on the day that you're drafted.
Yeah.
And I love talking about draft day stories with guys. Austin Hedges I talked to about like this is that how you have the guys like him who at the TV cameras all come over and then they're not drafted. Oh, man.
1-0. Swing, fly ball off the bat of Abraham Toro to right back and gone. Threatening the palm trees beyond the right field wall. Abraham Toro goes deep, and the Red Sox are on the board, 5-2 in the 7th.
Well, nothing about that was wind-aided, which is always something you look for any home run in spring training. Wind's blowing the exact opposite way. That was just torched. And Abraham Toro, we've talked about it, Coop, man. Like, they need backup first baseman. That seems to be a spot. Right now, Romy Gonzalez has absolutely the inside track on this, but Abraham Toro has some major league experience.
Pitch high and tight to Nate Eaton. Do you think you're going to fire off a March 15th tweet about Abraham Toro?
No, because I've already committed to Romy Gonzalez.
Okay.
The year anniversary, March 15th. Don't sleep on Romy.
I respect that. 1-0 chop foul, 1-1.
Yeah, until, I forewarned Romy. I said, listen, you got to get going, man. Actually, That was unfair to him because he said, I'm hitting 500. I think he was 1 for 2, and he got a hit today as well. Hit or motivate, though, Coop.
1-1. Eaton takes high, 2-1.
Yeah, I love draft. Like I said, I love draft day stories. That was absolutely my favorite one. Because also, not only because of the story, but because Joe didn't mind me writing it.
2-1. This is hammered down the left field line. On a line, bound for the corner, a base hit for Nate Eaton. He flies around first and has a double. Back-to-back extra base hits for the Sox in the 7th.
Don't sleep on Nate Eaton. I know that you weren't.
I've been wide awake.
Yeah, you've been wide awake with him. You were ahead of the curve, and we talked about guys potentially surfacing themselves in the conversation. Nate Eaton looks good. A little bit of major league time with the Kansas City Royals.
Well, after Contreras blew, a couple of guys away at 97, Toro tags him to right, and Nate Eaton turns around a hard fastball and takes it down the line, pull side.
Well, how about the fact that Alex Bregman's in the on-deck circle ready to get his fourth at bat?
Nathan Hickey swings. He hits this high and hard to right, to the corner, to the wall, and gone again. 2 bombs in 3 batters. Nathan Hickey joins Toro. 2-run shot. And we've got a 5-4 ball game in the 7th.
Man, this is coming out of absolute nowhere. Nathan Hickey doing the exact same thing of Abraham Toro. Just a little bit more to the foul pole, but still the same exit velocity, the same torque behind it. Good for Nathan Hickey. He's also having a pretty good camp.
He is. Nathan's one to watch, too, because people forget, not that people necessarily remember, but at some point in AAA last year, he was really struggling, and he started to turn it around, but then as he started to turn it around, the Red Sox called up Kyle Teal to AAA, so they sent Hickey down to AA. So he finished the year at AA. He came back to AAA, I think, a little bit towards the end of the season, but he didn't really get a chance to show what he could do because Teal came up. And now he comes into camp, I think, firmly in AAA. Alex Bregman takes strike 1.
Well, we saw him make a couple really, really good plays at first base early on in camp, and asked him, are you going to be playing there a lot more, especially after you make those plays? He said, yeah.
0-1, 1-1 is downstairs.
So, you have guys, even in Worcester, who you have to position yourself as options at first base, a position that they're pretty thin at.
1-1. Bregman takes low, 2 balls and a strike.
No more Nico Cavadas. You got to figure this out. Were you surprised that Nico didn't get a chance at any time with the Red Sox?
Yeah, it was just a 40-man thing. They just couldn't find a way, or at least didn't think so. But I was surprised. 2-1 is low, 3-1. And I'll be honest, when they signed Dom Smith, we were all kind of sitting there. I remember saying this on the air at one point, like, just give Nico Cavadas a shot before you
he was
retread
also
something.
on a heater, right?
Yeah.
And Nico was on a heater.
Yeah. 3-1 is on the outside corner, a strike. 3-2 to Bregman. Yeah, and he turned around and, he hit. He didn't see a ton of time, but he did hit well for the Angels down the stretch. Hit a home run in Toronto. 3-2, outside ball 4. Alex Bregman takes that extra plate appearance and takes his base on a walk here in the 7th inning against Contreras.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer. He's going to get pinch run for.
Number 91, Joe Stinson.
Looks like, is that Blaze Jordan going out there?
I think so. That is the largest versus smallest pinch runner swap I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm going to hazard a guess is that's the last time in our lifetime we'll see Blaze Jordan pinch run for Alex Bregman.
So Jordan leads off first, 2 outs, and now the password. Justinson Garcia's first plate appearance of the day. He swings and grounds at foul third base side. Red Sox trailed 5-0 going into this inning. 2 2-run home runs, one by Abraham Toro and one by Nathan Hickey. Pitch, swing it again, chop foul over the Red Sox dugout, third base side. Buster Olney just had to cover his head. That ball was coming at him. Did you have the conversation with Buster yesterday, too?
Yeah, he's picking the Red Sox.
That was eye-opening.
Top of the division. Well, I think what was eye-opening was that he picked the Red Sox back in early December. So, before you have Bregman, obviously. Probably after the Crochet trade.
Man off first, 2 down, the 0-2. Garcia swings and misses, and the inning ends. Sox get 4 back, 2 two-run home runs as we hit the stretch. 5-4 the deficit against the Orioles. Sean Newcomb coming back out for another inning on the Charleston Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A must for this week's grocery list. Boneless chicken is on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Value pack all natural Signature Farms boneless chicken breast and thighs. Just $2.47 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. Shaw's and Star Market. Perfecting the art of fresh.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Hey, Lou Maloney here. Joint pain sucks. It's not the most technical term, I know, but the word fits. Best part is I talked OrthoLaser into using it. Why? Because joint pain sucks the joy out of exercise, the fun out of playing with your kids, the ease out of shoveling the driveway, even simple stuff like getting out of bed or reaching into the cabinet. My advice? Ease your pain. Heal your pain with OrthoLaser New England. Their FDA-approved robotic laser uses targeted light therapy to stimulate your body's natural healing process. It helps your body heal the joint that gave up days, weeks, or even years ago. OrthoLaser New England is your answer for any joint. New injury, old injury, even arthritis. And here's the best part. Treatments cost hundreds, not thousands. So do what I did for my elbow. Schedule your free consultation at any Massachusetts or New Hampshire location. For your pain-free joint visit, ortholaserne.com. That's OrthoLaser with a Z, NE.com.
We're right back to the Sox. You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Sean Newcomb out for a second inning of work as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox just got 4 runs back in the top of the inning. A couple of 2-run home runs, one by Abraham Toro. Bradfo was losing his mind. Excited. Nathan Hickey goes yard. And it's a 1-run game as we go to the bottom of the 7th. First pitch from Sean Newcomb, left-hander. Deals to Emmanuel Rivera. He grounds it foul.
Mikey Romero in at second base, obviously former first-round pick for the Red Sox, and I had a nice talk with him before the game. Hadn't caught up with him in a few years. Noticeably bigger.
Oh, one outside, 1-1.
And obviously he's had some rough go of it a little bit in the last couple of years. Back problem. But last year he really came on. It sort of reestablished himself as a legitimate top prospect.
1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch, swing, line drive, right center field, a base hit, 1 base and maybe 2 for Rivera. Rounded first, good play in right by Sykes to get there and get it in. So a leadoff knock against Newcomb for Rivera.
Left fielder number 54, Terry Vavra.
You look around the diamond, Romero gets his opportunity. Chance maybe to get to AAA. Sykes in a similar deal in right. Justinson Garcia. Be interesting to see where he starts. You know he's going to get to AAA at some point, but do they start him there? Pitch foul back by Terrin Vavra. We'll see. Red Sox down 5-4. We're in the 7th inning. Left-hander Newcomb comes home, and Vavra lines it fair down the left field line, just inside the third base bag and into the corner. Rivera goes first to third, a double for Terrin Vavra off of Newcomb. And the Orioles have the first 2 men on in scoring position to begin the 7th. Let's take 10 seconds to pause for station ID in the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
We are your home for Boston College football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. WEEI AM, Boston, an Odyssey station.
Ed Smith Stadium in Sarasota. Red Sox spring training on the road against the Baltimore Orioles, down 5-4. Orioles have men on second and third. Daz Cameron, first pitch swing. Fly ball to right. Should hang up. Sykes in the corner makes the catch. A step in front of the warning track, but it's deep enough to score a run. Rivera comes home. And a sac fly for Daz Cameron makes it 6-4 Baltimore at the bottom of the seventh.
Daz Cameron, I always pay attention to because obviously his dad, Mike Cameron, former Red Sox player, really great guy, gave me 2 pairs of shoes one time.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Mike Cameron showed up to the clubhouse one day with 2 boxes of Cole Haans.
Wow.
He felt bad for me.
I was going to say, was the implication that he didn't like what you were wearing?
It was, and the weird thing is I hadn't really interacted with him a whole bunch.
So from afar, he had seen your shoes?
Yeah. And you know what? Those are good shoes. I wore them out I might be still wearing them. But he's a very nice gentleman, very nice guy. Always loved talking to him. He's been around, obviously, the Mariners a lot. But Daz, it was a former first-round pick and bounced around a little bit. But has been with the Orioles organization. I think he was with the Oakland maybe last
year. He's traded him, yeah. Man on third. Pitch is fouled back by Kobe Mayo. Counts 0-2. Kobe Mayo's another one. Power came along last year. He had 25 home runs in the minor leagues last year. Got up to the bigs at the end of the year for a cup of coffee. But he's a first baseman. Where does he play? Does he play? 0-2. He grounds it off the end of the bat. Hickey comes in, snares, steps on first as he checks the runner back, and gets the second out. Nice play by Nathan Hickey, still learning the position there at first base.
Hitter, number 72, Samuel Basayo.
He made a couple great plays. I think it was over at Hammond Stadium, right down the line. Robert Stock's first game. Saved Robert Stock a couple hits, just diving plays down the line. But I think immediately after that, some of the coaches that are talking to him said, okay, let's get some more work over at first base.
First pitch up and into Samuel Basayo. Another one of these Orioles' top prospects. Basayo the other day hit a home run that was 500-something feet over the scoreboard here. And honestly, I saw it on Twitter, and I was like, that's a really far home run. That's very impressive, Samuel Basayo. He swings, hits a fly ball, shallow center field. Garcia trots in and makes catch the inning. Just to finish the point. Now sitting here, seeing where that ball landed over the scoreboard 500 feet away, I can't even fathom someone hitting it there.
Well, I would also say this, sitting here looking at Samuel Basayo,
yeah, I
guess I can understand a little bit more.
Red Sox down 6-4 as we go to the 8th in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Are you all right?
I wanted to get here before the best offers were gone.
You're just in time. Let me show you what we've got. There's the all-new Kicks. The sporty Sentra, or our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. You must be exhausted.
I think I'm ready for my next adventure.
For the #1 shopping experience among non-luxury car buyers according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now. Now get a low $249 per month lease for 39 months on Rogue. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Well-qualified lessees. 2025 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $46.19 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 3/3/25.
Baseball is back and the team is stacked. Money was spent, players were at it, and from what we can see, everything looks perfect. Aha! But what about what we can't see? It's just like your drains and pipes. The ugly, nasty, sometimes stinky truth is often the one you don't see at first. Drains by James is your expert residential and commercial drain and pipelining service. We'll find it, clean it, and get it back to new. Available 24/7. Drains by James. We give a poop about your pipes.
It's here. The prime rib dinner is back at the Nines. 16 ounces of slow roasted USDA choice prime rib served with your choice of 2 sides. Available every Friday after 4 p.m. and all day Saturday and Sunday. You're going to love the Nines.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Red Sox scored 4 runs at the top of the 7th. The Orioles answered with 1 at the bottom of the inning. So we got a 6-4 game at Ed Smith Stadium in Sarasota. 8th inning, along with Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman, Joe Braverman back inside the flagship. And a right-hand hitter for the Red Sox, Max Ferguson, swings and misses against a new Baltimore arm, Yaki Rivera. Big-time name, Yaki Rivera. Second pitch inside.
It is. Yaki's a great name.
That was second behind Rob, right?
Robert Farnsworth Bradford, yes.
1-1 swing and a miss, 1-2.
I said if I just use my first initial and my middle name, I probably would have a Pulitzer Prize by now.
That's probably, yeah.
R. Farnsworth Bradford. Except it's a lot easier to yell Bradfo, instead of R. Farnsworth.
1-2. Check swing. Ooh, punched him out. Called strike 3. Slider on the outside corner from Rivera. Ferguson shakes his head, 1 down.
We had talked about your awful fantasy football name before. What do you say? The boardroom? What?
The boardroom.
Okay.
It was I missed the draft, to be fair. I was drafting remotely, and they just gave it to me.
Oh.
But I stuck with it over multiple years.
Technology now, it's amazing. You can change the name of your fantasy football team.
Blake Sable swings and misses. It just felt right. I finished second, so it was all right, something good happened.
Really?
Yeah.
If you aren't first, you're at last.
I'm aware. Okay. All right. The 0-1. Outside 1-1. I won the pennant.
Did you? Oh,
well,
good for you. I tell you what, I had a good one. I had a good run when I was doing it. The Inglorious Bradfords.
Wow. 1-1 inside, 2-1.
That's a good one. Everyone in the booth. Yeah, right? Let's go.
Ed Smith Stadium stands up as one and starts to clap.
Yeah, thank you. Waving my hand like the queen.
2-1 is low. 3-1 to Blake Sable. It's a beautiful ballpark, by the way.
It
I'm
is.
having a good time here at Ed Smith.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of shade, which I know the people like.
Pitch, swing, line drive, right field, base hit for Blake Sable. On a 1-hop. Hit that one hard. And he's on with 1 out in the 8th inning for the Red Sox.
I know that all the people back in New England are prioritizing the shade right now, but just trying to paint the picture. But it's when you come to these parks, these spring training complexes, this is no exception. They're so old. They are smack dab in the middle of residential neighborhoods.
Pitch outside 1-0, as stadiums should be.
Yes. Well, obviously Wrigley is the perfect example of that. But these are put here in whatever it is, the 20s or the 30s, in these Florida residences, and this is a dramatic upgrade a lot few years ago at Smith Stadium. So it does feel pretty modernized, and they usually always have some sort of tiki bar or something. There is no berm here, though. They have gone with sort of the picnic table out in the bleachers. But you'll see tomorrow in Bradenton, same thing. That is an old stadium, smack dab in a residential neighborhood, and you're driving there, you're driving on these one-lane streets, and all of a sudden, boom, there it is.
Pitch was high, 2 balls and 1 strike to Nick Sogard.
For the community, it means so much.
They've got a logo, 2-1 swing, fly ball off the bat of Nick Sogard. He stood and watched it, and it was one to watch. A 2-run bomb over the wall in right. Sogard gives us a game-tying swing. 6-6 in the 8th.
Man, your instincts were keen with Nick Sogard, weren't they? He's having a really, really good spring. No matter what position he played, first, short, second, it doesn't make a difference. And we keep saying it, Coop, and you know this, is everybody who has seen this guy play just says he's a good baseball player.
That's a swing that 2 years ago would not have existed in his body. He gained 18 pounds this last offseason as his pitch is down and in to Romero. And he got a pitch inside and went deep. And the other reason why I want to see Nick Sogard in the big leagues, just in general, no matter where that is, 1-0 grounded up the middle, behind second, long run, Soto picks it up, throws to first on the run, and retires Romero is. So, this is a minor league arm. He's been dominating minor leaguers for 3 years now, and he's gotten better and better at dominating them, but he's shown he's beyond the level at this point. And now it's about, can he take everything that he's done against those guys and do it against the best pitchers? And I hope he gets that opportunity, because I think he can.
Is this, you probably don't have the answer to this, and I probably should have the answer to this. What's his Rule 5 eligibility? In other words, he must be coming up on it this year, right?
Yeah, Abraham Toro takes low, but he's on the 40-man roster from the end of last year.
That's true. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right.
And I also do think it's telling. Pitch is swung on and missed, and we're not privy to the exact conversations, obviously, between Craig Breslow and anybody else, but the Red Sox shipped out a lot of guys before the deadline last year in his general class, pitch low.
Who are, by the way, almost all going to be Rule 5 eligible.
Right, which was Nico Cavadas we were talking about earlier. Chase Mydroth was a good example of that. A few others in that. One of the relievers whose name is escaping me. 2-1 is high, 3-1. But anyway, and they kept Nick Sogard. And they didn't need to do that necessarily. And I would imagine that if teams were calling for Mydroth, they were calling on Nick Sogard too. 3 balls a strike. Pitch is upstairs, ball 4. Abraham Toro walks with 2 down.
It's funny that we keep talking about that comparison with Chase Mydroth, who's now in the White Sox camp, and Nick Sogard. And I think that the initial perception is Mydroth is going to be the everyday guy. Mydroth is going to have a better chance. And maybe that's unfair to Nick Sogard. And maybe it's just because, Nick Sogard got a taste of the major leagues, and he was okay, but we like the idea of Chase Mydroth, and for good reason. He's a good player.
But Sogard, in terms of an avenue to a big league roster on a competitive team, has way more options because he can play more positions. You're not putting Chase Mydroth at first base. Nick Sogard's going to give that a shot. Sogard plays the outfield as a runner goes foul back by Max Ferguson. That'll be interesting. Again, he's not in the second base everyday conversation, but you talk about backup first baseman. It's Romy Gonzalez's job. Beyond that,
I think what Nick Sogard has going against him is that the perception of his existence is the upside. So in other words, you have Vaughn Grissom, and the upside is, oh my goodness, if everything clicks, this guy could be an all-star. You have the perception of a lot of these guys, the upside of it. And instead of just Nick Sogard, hey, good, solid guy, everyday guy. And, a guy, I would love to get him in the same room as Brock Holt and say, hey, Brock, what are you going to say to Nick? You probably lived that life when you came over in the Mark Melanson trade. So, yeah, we might look maybe 3 years from now and like, hey, remember when we talked about Nick Sogard? Remember that? At Smith Stadium when we were talking about Johnny Appleseed and Nick Sogard?
Swinging a fly ball off the bat of Ferguson. Right, easy for Cameron. He puts it away and ends the inning. I'll never forget it. Star Market WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Up top, Bike Shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years!
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five!
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where TurboTax Expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Back in Sarasota, Red Sox and Orioles tied up. Nick Sogard, 2-run game-tying home run. Where were you, Rob Bradford?
Save your ticket stubs for this one. I mean, this is now we're all tied up, heading into the late innings. What more could you ask for? Great day at Sarasota, Ed Smith Stadium. Stadium. Seems a little small for a stadium.
I don't know about that. Capacity right around 10,000.
I miss the ABS system, though.
Yeah, no doubt. Right-hand hitting David Banuelos takes a fastball high from Noah Davis, pitching in the late innings. Again, you say it every time, but these are important outings for guys like this, trying to make some kind of impression on Alex Cora and Andrew Bailey, standing on the top step of the dugout, third base side. 1-0 is outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
I think tomorrow Michael Fulmer is starting. Is that correct?
Yeah, he was originally slated today. They pushed him back. 2 balls and no strikes. So Davis winds and deals and gets a swing and a miss.
So you have Michael Fulmer tomorrow, and in case people don't know, that's up in Bradenton against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Paul Skeens will not be pitching in that game. Be pitching Thursday, but he will be in attendance somewhere, somehow.
2-1. So on the inside quarter for a strike. 2-2.
Quinn Priester, Luis Guerrero, Justin Slayton, and Jacob Webb also slated. Andrew Heaney,
that'll be fun,
who is pitching for the Pirates, a guy that the Red Sox were pursuing a couple of years ago.
2 balls and 2 strikes pitch is outside 3-2. That'll be interesting to watch him pitch, especially against these guys. You presume that Marcelo and Christian are going to be in the lineup tomorrow. That's somebody who's had big-time stuff for a long period of time and has put it together in stints. It's kind of like the Nick Pivetta thing, like this unbelievable analytical background, this fastball that has characteristics off the charts and just hasn't quite been the full dominant version. Pitch was fouled off of Blake Sable, count to 3-2.
And I think Michael Fulmer is becoming an interesting, intriguing guy. And he, at the end of the spring, he does have an opt-out. So that's going to be a big part of the equation. But he looked very, very good in his couple times he's pitched so far.
3-2 is on the outside corner. Strike 3. Banuelos down looking. And a strikeout, the first man face for Noah Davis.
Because I think that you came into the camp, and they've actually said this the minute they signed Michael Fulmer, hey, we want to give you an opportunity to start. You used to be a starter. But if you get to the end and you have this guy who can pitch a couple innings out of the bullpen, that's the last role he did with the Chicago Cubs, did it very effectively, then you just think about it.
Pitch, a strike. Well, he could be Chase Anderson for the Red Sox. Remember?
I do remember.
Do you remember? Yeah.
I do remember, yes. Very nice guy.
The 0-1. Swing and a fly ball foul off to the left.
I think the hope that they maybe would be able to get a little bit more high leverage than they got out of Chase Anderson.
But what he did was valuable for the Red Sox. 8 innings in a time where they really needed him to. The 0-2. Swinging a fly ball high in the air, right field off the bat of Nick Gordon towards the gap. Long run, Sykes, he puts it away. On a trot onto the warning track. 2 down.
Yeah, there definitely is that element of a pitching staff where you need someone to eat those innings in those games. Ideally, you don't have to say, oh, well, that's your role, because everybody would like to think that you would be able to come in an important situation if needed. But, a perfect example of that was Brent Honeywell during the playoffs for the Dodgers last year.
Levon Soto grounds the first pitch back foul.
And I know that, Max Muncy got up on the podium and sang his praises, as did other people. But that was a very real thing where the Dodgers probably don't do what they do without Brent Honeywell.
Nobody on, 2 down, the 0-1. Outside 1-1.
But, I think with Fulmer, you go back to when he was with the Cubs. He wasn't that guy. He was like a legit sort of seventh inning reliever for them.
1 ball and 1 strike, 2 down. Pitch outside, 2-1, and the opt-out gives him leverage, right? I mean, the Red Sox, if he's versus Richard Fitz, Quinn Priester, Cooper Criswell, all in that kind of similar conversation. There are a couple others in there. He's the guy that you can't send down to the minor leagues. All of those aforementioned guys have options left. 2-1, swing, fly ball, blooper, behind second. Sogard turned around, twisting, out, called off, and Garcia, the center fielder, makes the catch on the run to end the inning. We got a tie ball game as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Top of the 9th. 6-6 of the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
It's Elliot from Jordan's Furniture. Go to your closet to see if you have a prom dress and bring it to any Jordan store, Antoine's Cleaners, or Enterprise Bank. And that dress will be given to a teen in need. Your closet will be cleaner, and your heart will be fuller. And I thank you.
Hey guys, it's Greg for East Coast Metal Roofing. If you've been thinking about a new roof, don't wait any longer. Proposed tariffs on aluminum could increase the cost of a new metal roof by up to 25% beginning March 12th. Right now, you can save 10% and get 0% financing during the Spring into Savings event at East Coast Metal Roofing. Just mention my name and WEEI when you visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com, but you ought to do it before March 12th when the tariffs kick in. East Coast Metal Roofing, the official roofing partner of the Boston Celtics.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Tie game, 9th inning, Grapefruit League, Red Sox and Orioles. What a comeback for the Sox today. Down really all day long until the 7th inning. They hung 4 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, 3 2-run home runs. And Rob Bradford, we got a little drama tonight.
Yeah, when I reference, usually in the off-season or during the season, I reference spring training, early March spring training games. In the late innings, I say, that's usually when they're going to bring in big number 97. I always say that, bring big number 97. Well, it's coming to fruition right now. The Orioles officially, literally have brought in big number 97 with no name on his back, but we know who he is.
He's Riley Cooper, and the first pitch is swung on, popped up high in the air to right field. Daz Cameron is under it, way up there. Cameron to his right makes the catch for the first down. 6'7"? No, 6'2".
6'2".
270-pound left-hander, Riley Cooper.
Mm-hmm. He is what Joe Castiglione, the great Joe Castiglione, would refer to.
First pitch outside to Blaze Jordan.
As a burly sort.
He is huge. Huge with a capital Y. 1-0. Way upstairs, 2-0. He was an A-ball last year for Delmarva. 23-year-old left-hander out of LSU. Him and Paul Skeens were on the same team. 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it is pretty cool the fact that a kid like this gets a chance not only to pitch in front of us, Coop.
2-1 outside, 3-1.
But all these guys, these kids are on ESPN, right? And Riley Cooper's probably been on ESPN because of their LSU run, but still.
3-1. Inside, ball 4. And the Red Sox have the go-ahead run on base in the 9th on a walk by Blaze Jordan.
Center fielder number 91, Joe Stinson Garcia.
Cooper was incredible in the College World Series when they won a couple of years ago. 3 saves, ERA of 0.91 in the College World Series. Stinson Garcia takes outside. Can the password give us a swing to remember in Sarasota in the 9th inning? Tied at 6, Red Sox and Orioles. Pitch is on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Red Sox scoring in the game. 2-run home run by Abraham Toro in the 7th. 2 batters later, Nathan Hickey with a 2-run home run. 1-1 inside, 2 balls and a strike. And then another 2-run home run by Nick Sogard in the 8th inning to tie the game. Man off first, that's the go-ahead run. 2-1, swinging a fly ball the other way off the bat of Garcia. Camera went back, now comes in, makes the catch. Running towards the line for the second out.
You talk about Daz Cameron, who's out there in right field. We talked about him being the son of Mike Cameron, but he was a top prospect for a while. Just never clicked for him.
And the kind of guy that the Orioles have, tried to kind of get success with. There, a number of guys as a pitch is high to Sykes, they check on first and Romero steps back. You think about like Ryan O'Hearn, who was a major leaguer, but he's come to Baltimore. They've unlocked some things in his swing and offensive profile and made him a guy that's been among one of the better first basemen in the game. Pitch line foul down the left field line.
And, Daz Cameron's only 28 years old, but at the same time, he was drafted in the first round in 2015 by the Houston Astros. And so that's a lengthy professional career already. He has seen Major League time with Detroit and with Oakland.
1-1, stroked to the left, another base hit. A line drive off the bat of Philip Sykes. It was bobbled and left by Vavra. That allows Jordan to go to third, throw to second, try to get the extra base, and he gets there. Just ahead of a 1-hop throw. Sykes slides in safe. Sox have men on second and third with 2 outs in the 9th.
Well, here you go. I mean, they never say die. Red Sox. I-75 Red Sox.
I've never said die. And now it's Blake Sable.
I mean, it was meant to be. You talked to him before the game. You talked about his path, expertly talked about his path, his journey, and there it is. All leads to this moment.
First pitch, and he takes a strike 1. Didn't like the call, bent back and shook his head on a high slider. Sable's had a nice day. Single to left, single to right in the last couple of innings. Now he bats in the 9th. The 0-1 is on the outside corner. 2 calls for a strike that Sable didn't like. And it's 0-2.
Lefty on lefty, just dropping that slider right on the outside corner.
Go-ahead run on third, man on second. Tie game in the 9th. The 0-2 to Blake Sable is swung on and missed for strike 3. Another slider. So, bottom 9, Red Sox looking for their first tie of the Grapefruit League season. Tied at 6. Noah Davis going to try to keep it scoreless when we come back on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A must for this week's grocery list. Boneless chicken is on sale at Shaws and Star Market. Today through Thursday, get Value Pack All Natural Signature Farms boneless chicken breast or thighs for just $2.47 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. When you shop with the Shaws app, you get amazing deals and earn points on every purchase. Short on time, order ahead for free curbside pickup or get delivery. Don't miss boneless chicken on sale. Shaws and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
If you're a heating, cooling, or oil burner technician looking for a much better opportunity, it's time to talk to my guy, Scott McFarland at McFarland Energy. Up to $2,400 in safety bonuses every year. See McFarlandEnergy.com/careers.
Hey guys!
guys, it's Courtney, and I've got some great news. There's never been a better time to make the move to Verizon. Get over $500 in value and savings when you have mobile and Fios with Verizon. Plus, the Fios 1 gig plan comes with a 5-year price guarantee. Save up to $300 annually on your Fios internet bill. Plus, for a limited time, get a $200 Verizon gift card when you sign up for a Fios 1 gig plan and use it to pay for your Fios bill. That's like getting 3 months of free Fios home internet. Don't miss out. Stop by your nearest Verizon location for details on this limited time offer and learn how you can get over $500 in value and savings today. Gift card offer and 5-year price guarantee ends 2/19/25. Requires Fios service for 65 days before gift card registration. One offer per eligible account. 3 months free based on Fios 1 gig plan rate of $64.99 a month with auto pay and mobile plus home discounts. Price guarantee for new subscribers and applies to current base rates only. Other charges and third-party services and perks excluded. Additional terms apply. See store for details.
We're right back to the Sox. You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
It's Black and Gold Night at Fenway on April 9th. Join us to celebrate Bruins hockey and purchase tickets through this special offer to receive a Red Sox Bruins co-branded hockey jersey. Secure your tickets today at redsox.com/Bruins. Bottom of the 9th inning in Sarasota, Red Sox and Orioles are tied at 6. Noah Davis is going to try to get 3 outs. He faces Dylan Carlson, and Carlson swung on the first pitch. He grounds it to second, booted, picked up late by Romero. He throws not in time, and Carlson reaches on an error. That's the winning run.
Well, that was unfortunate. A very routine play from Mikey Romero. It just sort of bobbles it. You thought the Red Sox were cruising on through this inning. No, it's not going to be that easy.
Davis's second inning. Red Sox can get a scoreless inning. In all likelihood, we would end up with a tie at the end of 9 innings.
Of course, Mikey Romero, as we said, former first-round pick, came up as a shortstop, playing second right now.
Emmanuel Rivera takes outside. Great stop by Blake Sable on the backhand. It's one of the things they're working on with him. You know, the Red Sox backup catcher, we've talked about this a lot, is going to be a defensive catcher. It's why Carlos Narvaez has an inside track, and I think Sebi Zavala does too, even if Narvaez wasn't the guy. Sable is a bat-first guy right now, but they feel like there's a lot in him that could make him a much better defensive catcher than he's been the last couple of years. 1-0. And that is just outside. Sable, I thought, stole the strike, but the count goes to 2-0 on Rivera.
Well, where the catches work out is basically right next to where we hold the press conferences. So we get a chance to see them working out, working on different things.
2 balls, no strikes. Pitch is low, 3-0.
And, you know, one of the things that Alex Cora was talking about the other day was controlling the bottom of the zone, prioritizing that. And we had a great conversation with Adam Ottavino yesterday about sort of the dynamic of where the catcher dips his glove down just before the pitch arrives.
3-0 is right down the middle for a strike.
And Ottavino was honest. He said, you know, I kind of like it when you just do the traditional, just here's the mitt, throw it to the mitt. And I totally get that.
Man off first. That's the winning run for the Orioles in the bottom of the 9th inning. 3-1 pitch from Davis. He gets fly ball foul off to the right.
The one knee thing for catchers isn't going away now. I mean, that's just if for no other reason to preserve catchers. I think if you want to say priority, they can talk about framing and all that stuff, but to preserve catchers, and Jason Varitek has said this, so I wish I had that. I probably would have played a few more years.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on, grounded up the middle. Romero was covering. He dove to his left, made the grab, and throws to first to get it out. One play after he made an error, he just made a very nice one to get the first out. Man in motion, puts Carlson on second. 1 down in the 9th.
A really good play right there. And you see we saw the bad version of Mikey Romero making that error. That was a really good version of him. That was an excellent play, adjusting it. And also the throw to first, really strong arm. That's a shortstop's arm right there.
So the winning run for the Orioles is on second. 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. Terran Vavra takes inside from Davis. Red Sox 6, Baltimore 6. Red Sox were down 5-0 in this game, rallied all the way back and tied it on a 2-run home run by Nick Sogard in the 8th. 1-0. Vavra takes low, 2-0. Yeah, Sable, on the framing conversation, Sable was talking about being on his left knee versus his right knee. He's been on his left knee the last few years. They feel like he can get a little bit more receiving-wise out of his right knee. So he's been down on that. Sets down on his right. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, looped, center field. Garcia makes the catch. He deked him out. He throws to second and ends the ball game. A tie on a double play. 6-6 will confirm the final, but 6-6 on a double play started by Garcia. Fly ball to center. Carlson was deked. He went halfway. He ran back, and we'll find out if that will be the finish. We always wait for a moment. The umpires are walking off the field.
That's a good sign that they're done.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to play without umpires.
All right. Close the doors, everybody.
Well, I tell you what, when that ball was hit, I thought the game was over, but it was over because the Orioles were going to score, because I thought it was going to drop. Great play by Garcia to get to the ball, then double up. Great way to punctuate that tie.
I wanted to say Red Sox win. It felt like a win.
Yeah, it did. You know who was the winner was? The great game of baseball.
Amen. Red Sox to 4-4-1 on the spring. We'll step aside and wrap it up. Red Sox tie with the Orioles 6-6 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel.
Cool. Good to go to the opera. Good to sit ringside at a boxing match. Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
Come visit CCL Homescape Showroom in Abington this year to experience our state-of-the-art kitchen showroom. At CCL Homescapes, our design team listens, understands your family's needs, and stays on the pulse of trends. We work with you to create a beautiful and efficient space that your family will enjoy for years to come. Our showroom is open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday. Go to cclco.com to learn more about how we can create the kitchen of your dreams. cclco.com.
It's here. The prime rib dinner is back at the Nines. 16 ounces of slow roasted USDA choice prime rib served with your choice of 2 sides. Available every Friday after 4 p.m. and all day Saturday and Sunday. You're going to love the Nines.
Baseball is back and the team is stacked. Money was spent, players were at it, and from what we can see, everything looks perfect. Aha! But what about what we can't see? It's just like your drains and pipes. The ugly, nasty, sometimes stinky truth is often the one you don't see at first. Drains by James is your expert residential and commercial drain and pipelining service. We'll find it, clean it, and get it back to new. Available 24/7. Drains by James. We give a poop about your pipes.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Red Sox tie with the Orioles to finish out the Grapefruit League today. 6-6 is the final score as we welcome you back alongside Rob Radford, Cooper Boardman. No crying in baseball, but there are ties in baseball on this particular day. Red Sox were down big. What a comeback, Bradfo.
I mean, really was. It was an incredible moment I'll never forget, Coop. But in all seriousness, you see some good things from some of these guys who were sort of on the bubble. Maybe end up in AAA. Sogard is at the top of the list, what he did. Abraham Toro goes deep, a guy who I think can be very useful. It's just a matter of can you keep him in the organization. But I do think that pitching-wise, maybe the most impressive was our guy, Adam Ottavino.
Our dog.
Yeah, well, he's part of the Coop's doghouse in a good way. But he came in after Hunter Dobbins, and Dobbins looked pretty good. Was cranking 98 miles an hour. But still, all eyes are on Adam Ottavino today because he's in a very real competition for a spot with a minor league invitation. But that version of Ottavino against, by the way, the starting lineup, the regulars for the Orioles, he looked pretty good.
Saw 3 batters. He got a pop out by Adley Rutschman and consecutive strikeouts against Tyler O'Neill and Ryan O'Hearn.
Yeah, so it's not bad. And as we said, the Tyler O'Neill at bat was that's where you say, wow, you have an advantage. You have a weapon there in Adam Ottavino against a righty hitter like that, and that'll go a long, long way. You know what he can do, but you just want to make sure that he can continue to keep doing it.
Party continues tomorrow in Bradenton. Red Sox and Pirates. Red Sox will pitch Quinn Priester against his former team, Michael Fulmer, Luis Guerrero, Justin Slayton, and Jacob Webb. Pirates set to throw Andrew Heaney as their starter at a 1 o'clock on the air time. Same channels, of course, 8:50 a.m. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network, 105 first pitch, Red Sox and Pirates.
It's going to be outstanding. I always love going to Bradenton, one of the finest places in southwestern Florida. I don't even know where I am. I'm just watching the great game of baseball at these glorious parks with this glorious weather next to the glorious human being that you are, with a glorious producer back in the studio, and Joe Braverman, and Mark Hayes is here. It's great. All of this is great. I love it, and I'm going to love that Pirates game tomorrow. It's going to be awesome.
And I can honestly say I have nothing else to add to that.
There
Bradford, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you.
That's it for us today here from Ed Smith Stadium. For Rob Bradford, for Mark Hayes, for Joe Braverman back inside the studio doing an outstanding job as always. For Johnny Appleseed, I'm Cooper Boardman. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to Red Sox Spring Training on the WEEI Shaw's Star Market Red Sox Network.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorite stations, shows, and podcasts.
Tennessee accomplishing this Final Four run or being seen as this legit team, because they might be a 1 seed. They're on that track. If they play well this week and then heading into Nashville for the SEC tournament, they play really well there as well. I think that Tennessee's probably going to be your fourth number one. I think they can get upset by a 4. Elite 8, they can get upset. I'm not into it. I'm not on Tennessee, and I've never been on Alabama. Alabama, that team just goes with how they shoot. The Crimson Tide, they can beat anyone, they can lose to anyone. Those are not the teams I like to bet in the March Madness pools and betting just from a future standpoint. I'm not going to be involved with those teams. A team I might be involved with, though, because we started off on a negative note here. I don't want to be negative this entire time. I want to be a little bit positive. I want to be positive about a team that everybody threw out with the bathwater, but is now playing some better basketball. And that's the Illinois Fighting Illini. My sick Illini, the virus. The Illini virus that had just ravaged this team all throughout the month of February, now wins over Iowa in dominant fashion this past Tuesday. Then on Sunday, they beat the brakes off Michigan in the second half, winning by 20 in Ann Arbor. The ceiling for this team, yes, it has been bad this season. There have been times where you looked at Illinois and you said, how the hell did this team ever look good earlier this year? But the ceiling is at least there. And if they're healthy and they don't have any sort of mononucleosis running through the team or whatever was going on in February, I think that they can at least put a scare in some of these top contenders. My guess is that Illinois is going to be a 7 seed or something like that in that range, maybe a 6 seed at the absolute peak. I wouldn't be looking to face the Illini if I'm a 2 seed. I don't think that's some easy layup game or anything like that. And in fact, if they were an 8 seed and we're in that range and they're playing a 1, you tell me, Illinois versus Alabama, they can't beat Alabama? Why not? Why can't they beat it? They play up and down just as Alabama does. They'll be just as comfortable in that sort of environment. I think that Illinois has the upside to at least play with anyone in the country. I don't think they'll win the title. I'm not even sure if they're going to make the Final Four. But once we get the bracket released and you start seeing some of those to make the Sweet 16 markets populate or to make the Elite 8 markets start to populate, I'm going to be looking to bet Illinois to do those kinds of things, because I just think that you can easily explain why this team was terrible for a month. They were ill. They had a sickness going on throughout the locker room. It wasn't like they just randomly sucked at basketball. There's a reason behind it. And now if they're all beyond that stuff and they start looking like what we saw earlier during non-conference play, I think Illinois can actually make a run in this tournament. So I want to be in on the Illini heading into March. And then finally, the latest from the Wooden Award race. Yeah. Auburn's pretty good, huh? Janai Broome, though, was not good on Saturday. Auburn destroys Kentucky. Janai Broome, think about how good Auburn is, to where Janai Broome has 1 point at halftime, and then they're up by like 15 points at halftime against a Kentucky team on the road. They win by 20 against the Wildcats. Janai Broome with 9 points in the game. Cooper Flagg for Duke. They played Florida State. Flagg had 16 points. He also left the game for a little bit. Looked like he was concussed, or I don't know what was happening with him, but he came back, had a really good second half. Duke destroys Florida State. And we've seen more movement in the Wooden Award market, to where we're pretty much at a pick'em at some domestic sports books, some prominent ones. BetMGM has Flagg as a favorite, minus 125, Broome minus 105. So we're pretty much at a pick'em price. I still think that Broome has the inside track to win this thing, but he does have to bounce back after a 9-point performance against Kentucky. That was not good for his candidacy, and he has great opportunities to do so. They play Alabama on Saturday at home for Senior Day. He has a big game in that game. All of a sudden, now all the momentum is back in Janai Broome's favor. So this race is not done. We said it last week. I thought Broome should be the favorite, but that doesn't mean he's a lock to win it. And I think that we're just going forward more this week and next week. Conference tournament weekend will be a big weekend for who wins the Wooden Award and who is the National Player of the Year in college basketball. Real quick, I'm going to give out some NHL goal scorer bets before we bring on our guy Tyler Morales to talk about some college basketball bets that he has for today. In the NHL, on the ice, a little frozen Femi action. I like J.J. Paterka of the Buffalo Sabres plus 210 against Montreal. I just like the setup for Buffalo against a Canadiens team that's not very good. High total in the game, around 6.5. I'll go ahead with Paterka to go ahead and light the lamp. I'll also play on Sam Bennett plus 230. News earlier today came out, Matthew Tkachuk out for the rest of the season, regular season that is at least. So see if they can get back in the playoffs. I think these other guys for the Panthers are going to have to start stepping up. More opportunities for someone like Sam Bennett, who takes a lot of shots, by the way. This guy takes like 5 shots a game, plus 230. I like the price against Tampa Bay, even though Vasilevsky is really good, but I like the setup for the Florida Panthers later on tonight. And then finally, Anders Lee of the New York Islanders plus 220 against the Rangers in the New York showdown. Islanders, Rangers later on at Madison Square Garden. I'll go with Anders Lee plus 220. But in the meantime, let's bring in our guy Tyler Morales right now to close out the Femi and Friends hour and get a best bet from Tyler in college hoops. Tyler, real quick, best bet, and then maybe one thing that stood out to you from over the weekend in college basketball.
One thing that stood out to me is that I thought Texas Tech was pretty impressive. We talked about it during the break. I agree with you with Illinois. Like, they're a team that I wanted to buy. Like, I really wanted to, but now that they're all healthy, like, I'm kind of in on. So Illinois stood out to me a ton. So they're as talented as anybody in the country. So I just want to see how their form is going into the tournament. But for a bet tonight, we're gonna head to the Atlantic Sun tournament here. Queens, Florida Gulf Coast over 145.5. Like, two absolutely abysmal defenses, like really bad. Both outside the top 200 in the country. But, like, on offense, they're two of the top 4 teams in the A-Sun. They played twice. 175 was the first one, and then 107 the second time. They couldn't make anything that game. So I'm going to take the over in this. And usually one thing we'll talk about during tournament time, this is not a neutral site game. And when teams go into these neutral site arenas, the backdrops are different, and it's tough to shoot for some of these teams. This is at Florida Gulf Coast. Both these teams, Florida Gulf Coast obviously plays here. Queens has played here a ton. I like the over in this game. I expect a high-scoring game. So, yeah, Queens, Florida Gulf Coast, over 145 and have Dunk City.
The Florida Gulf Coast taking on the entire borough of Queens in the Atlantic Sun quarterfinals there. I rock with that. A little overaction, why not? I can sweat this out after the game, because I don't have any bets in college basketball. The college basketball slate today, it is not very good. So nothing for me in college basketball. We do have NBA coming up later on during Gambling Night in America. But on the other side, we begin the 4 o'clock hour. Nick Costos on a hodgepodge of things in the sports world and pop culture next here on You Better You Bet.
We'll be right back with You Better You Bet, presented by BetMGM.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Spring is finally here, and so are spring projects. So get them started at Harbor Freight's parking lot sale. This weekend, save on products like pressure washers for $69.99, 42-inch roller cabinets for under $500, plus 30% off Hercules corded power tools. Whatever you do, Do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 3/9/25 while supplies last. Limitations apply, so spring in before it's over.
Ball comes alive on BetMGM tonight.
Really great value on Bama, man. Plus 130, good price. Sears has been so damn good down the stretch. This is a scary team when they're hitting shots. They play enough defense. I'm a big Nate Oates guy. And if they get a number 1 seed, I mean, we got to look at the draw. I think this could be a Final Four team.
Brad Evans and Ryan Horvath are scoring on the hardwood.
We got to prepare you for the NCAA tournament, baby. St. John's, you want to talk about marvelous. They were simply marvelous. Only 3 quarter-1 wins, however, this year. It doesn't matter. You do not want to see St. John's in your region, period, end of story, because Rick Pitino is the greatest basketball mind alive. Disagree with me? Fight me.
Turn up your Odyssey app and join Brad Evans and Ryan Horvath on BetMGM tonight as they light up the court with bets and live reactions. Presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Starts your day with a daily tip featuring Michael Jenkins and Chelsea Messenger. Weekday morning, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern on the BetMGM network.
Let's look at some of these odds to make the Final Four.
The committee loves storylines, don't they? All of that is to set up the fact that I like St. John's at 6-1 to make the Final Four. They know that the 5-12 matchup historically is a matchup that ends up being one where we see a couple of upsets each and every single year. It happens every year in their tournaments. So when you take these storylines into account, a guy like Rick Pitino or a Tom Izzo or a Cooper Flagg, these storylines are important to the committee, and that's why we see coaches meeting up against their former teams or a guy that transferred to one team and now he's playing against the other team, if that's possible.
The Daily Tip, morning 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern from the BetMGM network, America's home for wagertainment. Presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly. Brad Evans and Ryan Horvath are jumping into the DeLorean.
Flash forward to the future. Wisconsin to make the Final Four is plus 650. That number is a little bit too high still. They're well coached, and they're number 1 in the nation in free throw percentage. I just like everything Wisconsin is doing right now.
To find the best future prices,
I'm going to go under on the Toronto Blue Jays. It's right now 78.5 wins, minus 105 to the under. I'm more worried a little bit about their starting rotation, though. Kevin Gossman's strikeout rate fell off a cliff. Scherzer's 40 years old, and is he going to be healthy? And then Chris Bassett's 36 years old, coming off a career low, and they're in the best division in all of baseball.
Beat the market on BetMGM tonight with Brad Evans and Ryan Horvath every weekday from 7 to 11 p.m. Eastern. Presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Starts your day with a daily tip featuring Michael Jenkins and Chelsea Messenger. Weekday morning, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern on the BetMGM network.
Right now, it feels like the OGs of the NBA are absolutely killing it. Because not just Steph Curry, LeBron James, we want to anoint these young teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder, who the average age of their starting 5, I think, is like 24 years old. But I think some of these older guys who are in their 30s, they say, not so fast, my friend. There are still some of us that you might have to deal with. And the Warriors are one of those teams. And this was one of the rhetorics that we've been throwing around about Jimmy Butler as well. He's 35 years old. Think about Tom Brady. He definitely wouldn't have won a Super Bowl if he didn't go to a team ready-made. So it feels like the same goes kind of with Jimmy Butler, is that he goes to the Golden State Warriors and he doesn't have to be the guy.
The Daily Tip, morning 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern from the BetMGM network, America's home for wagertainment. Presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly.
This is The Bet, WEEI, 850 AM, Boston. Part of the BetMGM network. An Odyssey sports station and Boston's home for wagertainment. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
The BetMGM network presents to you the show where anything can happen.
Yeehaw!
It's the king of wagertainment, the prop king himself.
Your boy has got this ish figured out like I always have.
Nick Costos.
Go eat your Five Guys burger with your 1-star take.
You better, you better, you bet.
We need to celebrate betting on sports.
This is You Better You Bet, brought to you by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas on the BetMGM network.
What's up, everybody? Happy and merry, magnificent Monday to you and yours. Magnificent March Monday to you and yours. I don't know if you knew this, but this is March. And this is You Better You Bet on the BetMGM network. Nick Costos, Femi, the crew, and you here on the Odyssey app, on SiriusXM, on YouTube, on Twitch, the final hour on NBC Sports Now. Got some notes from people, by the way. As WWE Elimination Chamber went off the air on Saturday night. Now, I pay for Peacock, which I shouldn't. My show's on freaking Peacock, man. We should get Peacock for free. Whatever. Anyway, people that don't pay for Peacock and get the ad-supported version of Peacock, as Elimination Chamber goes off the air, NBC Sports Now promo plays, You Better You Bet featured in the commercial. Yeah, we absolutely love that. Hashtag Team NBC, Team NBC Sports Now, the final hour, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern on NBC Sports Now, and of course heard on radio stations nationwide, and also embedded forever, now and always, tattooed, if you will, in your hearts and in your minds, as we bring you the fastest show in all of wagertainment. We're talking all things sports betting. The show presented today and always by the sportsbook born in Vegas, the great people at BetMGM. We would love for you to download the BetMGM app and visit BetMGM.com. All right, you know how we do. Costos, Femi, the crew, and you here on You Better You Bet. So much sports betting goodness is coming your way, and we love them, these Monday shows this time of year. I mean, just a ridiculous amount of sports to talk about, and we love talking about all of them. We will sift through a really interesting weekend in the National Basketball Association, where the